Hi folks. I am sort of coming off of the heels of Yak's stream, which Yak has just performed. I don't think anyone's here yet. Yeah, it says 0 viewers. All right, so let me share this in the PCG Discord. I guess that's the thing to do at this point. I feel like that would be the ordinary course of action. Hey, King Froggy, how's it going? Yo. How do I see, like, I have this new, like, I'm using Streamlabs instead of OBS, but I don't remember how to, here's the live dashboard for it, I guess. I don't have it. Oh, because I'm not logged into my account. Here's Paper Computer Games. Content, live, and I'm live right now, so that's this one. And yeah, I want to get a link so I can share it. That's what I want to do. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So, that being said, Epic Underworld says, first off, you should seriously react to the Archmage video Wizo made. Alright. Bonkinator says, yes. Thanks, bro. Well, thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Apple's says, hello, governor. Hello. I just saw My Fair Lady again, so that's a pretty fitting. Why, hello there, Pat Dandros. Unleash says, hey. Froggy says, react. Alright. You guys want react to the Archmage video? Yak did not want to steal content, but if you guys want me to steal content that badly, I guess I'll have to. Let's see. Wizo, but just like that one video, and then we'll look at Balzak Globotron, okay? Let's see. What's this? What is this? What is this video? Let's see. I do not see it. Am I not subscribed to Wizo? I don't think that's it. Wizo's new channel. It's Wizo PCG? Okay. It is not showing up. Alright, well, it's got to be in the Discord, right? He must have posted it in PCG links. There we go. So annoying when it doesn't show up even when you search for it. Let's subscribe to that. Let's watch it. I'll give it a like.
The Archmage is a powerful character. But what made him? As it turns out, the star, Mesgamorph.
Whoa.
Hi. The Archmage was an archangel named Rograxon, and he was once their leader. Hey look, a ball! Oh, sorry, wait, there's actually a ball. Destroy it! Wait, why? What's wrong with it? What if it's a bomb? Do you see any fuse? No, but it could have one on the inside. Rograxon wanted the ball destroyed, and he wanted it destroyed now! Sadly, it escaped into a vent and was saved by Bob the
This is good. I'm enjoying the timing and the animation. Like, man, Wiseau, like cool stuff here.
Angel. Hey, could I have that ball? Sure. Then he threw the ball into space and created Archangelia. But after this point, he lost his purpose. He was outcasted into the depths of space and flew around looking for meaning. And what he found was Mesgamorph. Oh, this power. For me! I'll rule the universe at last. Years went by, and Frograxon's appearance turned devilish. Those who have seen my face only judge the exterior, but within lies the knowledge of an immortal's mind.
I actually didn't know he was tied into the Archmage to the Archmage saga like that. That he was. I mean, I guess it makes sense, you know, like demons having once been angels, like. But yeah, I just was not aware.
The world has spit in my face, and now I shall reach pain upon those who have hurt me. Now that's all well and good, Rolgraxon. Would you like a refill for that Pepsi? Yes, thank you. Rolgraxon eventually took on the name, the Archmage, and even had a suit to go with it.
Hello.
Oh, who are you?
I am you. What's the difference?
Okay, why are you bothering me?
Because I just killed a man and...
Oh, cool. I'll help you then.
I wasn't done talking. Basically, I want you to take his son in as an apprentice and train him. Train him to be evil.
Okay, even though I just met you. Wait, you killed my father? I didn't do it.
So wait. So this right over here is the Archmage from my PCG, Archmage Victorious, right? And so this is the on the right. That's the Epic's version of the Archmage, or not Epic's because Epic didn't create him, but you know Epic's friend's version of the Archmage. And this is my reimagined version who gave the kid to the Archmage to raise.
Just met you. Wait, you killed my father?
Epic in chat is confirming that. Oh, hey, Wiseau's here. Welcome, Wiseau. How's it going?
I didn't do it. It was a mistake. Alright, bye. I'm going to Shree. Wait, no! Oh, got you. You. The Archmage was ready when he heard his apprentice, John, would be returning from Shree. Unfortunately, John had gotten a lot stronger, so the Archmage just sort of fled the battle and decided to blow up a city. That city was never good anyway. Oh, I mean, the Hento did it. And that is how you start a war, but that's a topic for another day. The Archmage decided he wanted a new host.
This is good. I like this format of comically retelling PCG stories, you know, saying it as a joke rather than I don't know. This is really well done.
Oh, look, there's one right there. Innocent Teddy was minding his own business when Rolgraxon appeared. He was offered the ultimate power, and he accepted because who the heck wouldn't, am I right? Why did I just feel my soul leave my body? Teddy later moved to Toton and had a family with a half-ghost. His son Mesotikin fought in a war for a while, but when he returned home, everyone was gone. Then he saw his father, who was teamed up with... Let me check my notes here. Harold the Evil Ghost. Right, moving on. Mesotikin tried to get his father to act normal, but his true colors took over. Oh no! Also, Harold killed Mesotikin's mother, which when you think about it, that's the Archmage's wife. He has no soul, just like me. Eventually, Mesotikin gets this dagger that he uses to kill Harold. I don't know why I said it like that, he really did, and Harold never came back after that. Except for in this comic. Now for the turning point of the video, the climax of this saga. The Archmage finally managed to figure out how to get out of Shogun, and he made a bunch of portals that span the entire universe. His first target?
That's a lot of portals.
It's Earth. He appeared in front of Ginkus wanting a fight, but Ginkus just sort of revealed his true form in front of him using a spell, so that kind of backfired. And now he's getting jumped by two other well-known PCG characters, Zuvak and Matak. So he ended up getting banished to this dark realm and had to protect these orbs that might just be bombs or something. He gave Team Apex some trials to complete, and then he ordered them to disband and take the bombs because they had to focus more on themselves and protecting the bombs. Wait, I mean, they're not bombs. Then he was allowed out of his rehabilitation.
Unleash says I gotta make a vid like this. Yeah, absolutely. Please do. I really like this video format. So yeah.
for some reason. He didn't change one bit, by the way. He took control of Teddy again because Teddy got bored of retirement and stuff. That spit in his
Understandable.
face because Teddy got the electric chair.
Hey, wait.
And stuff. That spit in his face
That's the Inquisitor.
because Teddy got the
For my
electric
PCGs.
chair. Roll Gregson needed another host, so where did he look? His own factory. Bernard had been trapped in here for many years, and he... Oh, crap. Oh, no, he took control of the Archmage. Ah! The Archmage was now a symbol of hope, heroism, peace, awesomeness. And yet I still haven't been caught driving underage. Yeah, right, Archmage.
Heck yeah. That was a great video. That is like, that was awesome. Really well done, Wizo. Let's comment on that. Let's give this a share, because this is a highly entertaining retelling of PCG lore. Heck yeah. Alright. The video react portion of this stream has now come to a close, you guys. It is time. It is time. Are you guys ready to take a look at some Balzak Globotron? But seriously, y'all should go check out Wizo PCG's new channel. He has 2 subscribers. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, well, now 3 subscribers. There's more people watching this stream right now than are subscribed to Wizo. So, y'all should definitely sub, because this is a super promising new PCG channel. So yeah, that being said, let's do some Balzak Globotron, if that is acceptable by you guys. Hello, Empires TCG. Hello, Unleashed TCG. Hello, Nailgun. Thank you all for joining us here today. Let us let's look at Balzak Globotron. So, where do I keep my Balzak Globotron again? Yeah, here we go. So, let's see. Last time, the last time we did a Balzak Globotron stream, as I recall, it was legit just epic in chat. But at that point, we made it up to, let's see, we have to go to Zach's Games, Balzak Globotron. We made it to the part where we were on board the ship, the Tabernacle. And Zuvak 2.0 had taken over the ship, and you had to stop Zuvak 2.0. Like, you had to stop him. And I think so you do that, and then but then like everybody is like dying, because like even though Zuvak 2.0 has been stopped, everyone is still like has inhaled a lot of carbon monoxide. So now they need a doctor. So so they needed a doctor, and let's see, where were we in the Mezdora corridor? So here is our sort of map, and I believe like they came from Shri. So this is where you are to begin with. And the ship was like near Zoniat, so that's like the nearest planet. So you have to go to Zoniat for a doctor. Now, by the way, if you had tried to go to Zoniat before this, which like I don't know why I arranged it like this, because like you're coming from sort of this direction, right? Like when you start the game, you start like I guess you get the Tabernacle around here, around Getzor, and then you explore this kind of area before moving in this direction. So you would naturally pass Zoniat first before you get to Shri. The thing is, though, if you come to Zoniat too early, you can't get to it because there's too many ships, right? There's like an absurd number of enemy ships guarding Zoniat, and they won't let you pass. So you can like try and fight them, but they have like more ships than you have, so that there's like no chance to get there. But this time the ships are like out on patrol or something, so you can get to Zoniat without too much trouble. So let's pay a visit to So let's do Zoniat. So here is. So this is sort of our establishing shot. This is the ship in orbit of. Wait, is this Zoniat? This is not Zoniat. This is Shri. I don't know why this is in the Zoniat folder. This is the establishing shot of the Zoniat system, and this is pretty good because like the thing is here that like in this section like there's like a that's right like when you approach Zoniat, the robots are gonna ask you a riddle, and it is like a robot riddle. It is not an ordinary riddle that you can kind of like think about and solve. I think let's check into the script because I think it's important that I show you the actual riddle. Wait, what's chat saying? I'll play Balzak Globotron in one sitting. Ha! You are one heck of a speedrunner then. Empire says, in case anyone cares, Empire says a new channel for me, Dino Nugget 3. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, congrats on the new channel. Let's see. So where is Zoniat system? Right. Yeah. So here is the first riddle, right? If you're able to pass, that implies you're qualified to enter. And if you're qualified to enter, that implies you're a robot. All of which implies if you're qualified to pass, then you're a robot. If it's not true that you're a robot, but it is true that you're able to pass and qualified to enter, is this argument still true? And the correct answer is still true. Interesting. Oh, you know, I just thought of a funny idea. I wonder if we could this is supposed to be a riddle that robots are able to solve. I wonder if we could actually give this riddle to ChatGPT, because this is hard to follow, but I actually followed a formula to make this, so it is logically sound, even though it's like just too annoying for like the human brain to follow it. But I'm curious now. I want to see if ChatGPT could actually follow this. Zach, check DM super quick. Okay. Let me just check real fast. Oh. Don't see that person? Epic says that the... Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Empire says Balzac is a lot like Ballsack. I know. But I promise you the naming is totally accidental. But yeah, I wanna super fast see if ChatGPT would be able to handle this, because I have not tried that before, and it's such a like when I made this there was no ChatGPT, right? So I'm gonna like copy this riddle and see if ChatGPT can solve it and come to the correct answer. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, ChatGPT. I've got a riddle for you. Let's see if you can follow this and answer it. Let's analyze the logic of this riddle step by step. 1. If you're able to pass, that implies you're qualified to enter, the first part of the argument. 2. If you're qualified to enter, that implies your robot is the second part of the argument. All of which implies if you're able to pass, then you're a robot. Now we have the statement, if it's not true that you're a robot, but it is true that you're able to pass and qualified to enter, this is still known. Let's break it down. Oh my gosh, it's assigning like symbols to the like like that's how I constructed this, was using these symbols, and it's actually figured that out, and it's gonna try and Like, we need to check if P therefore R holds true under these conditions, given P therefore R, and it's in parentheses, if you're able to pass, that implies you're qualified to enter, blah, blah, blah. Given this, therefore, the argument P therefore R holds because P is false, and an implication with a false antecedent is always true. So, under the given conditions, it's not... The argument is still logically consistent and true. That is the correct answer. ChatGPT got it. Oh my god. Yes, I've successfully constructed an argument built for robots that a robot can solve, but a human would have trouble solving. Yes! Woo! Okay. Sorry. I know that was a weird tangent, but I got very curious all of a sudden, and I wanted to see if that was actually possible. Wait, Zach, you never went over the part where Zuvak got rehabilitated and sent to Earth? We haven't gotten to that part yet. Don't worry. ChatGPT could speedrun Balzak Globotron. At least this part. I don't know. Second question. If you're able to pass, that implies you're qualified to enter. And if you're qualified to enter and you're allowed to stay, that implies you're a robot. And if you're able to pass and you stay, all of that implies you're a robot. If it's true that you pass and that you're qualified to enter, but false that you're a robot and that you're allowed to stay, is this argument true? Can you guys follow that argument? What's your solution? Well, it says right there on the screen what the correct answer is. But yeah. So yeah. That was the thing. You give the player that, and they have to figure out how to solve it. And you and if you get the right all three of the right answers, you can get through. Zach, I need to send you some PCG stuff. All right, yeah. Send it to me in Discord. Empire says, I have no clue what's going on, but here I am. All right, sweet. Thanks for being here. So, in any event, here we are in the Zoniat system. So, Zoniat is like a planet entirely inhabited by robots. That's why, the people, guarding the planet are, robots, and they only let, other robots in. This is, by the way, the planet from Kurt's Paper Computer Games, but I took the robot angle and went further. And this is why you can see this super complicated highway system from space, as you could see it, in Kurt's PCG Malfoy, the mailbox bot. So you land here on Zoniat, and you're looking for a doctor. So I think... Wait, where's the... I think this was the first screen of this. Yes. Because you land here on the highway system. So this is my 3Dization of the highway system. And it is still super complicated like Kurt's original, but now I just added a ton of stuff to it. There's lots of different cars and ships and hovering things, flying from place to place. There's I don't remember what the flag is supposed to be. This would be the mail zone from Malfoy, the mailbox bot. That's where Newman sends out the mail from. This is just the sun in the background, or this planet's star, I should say. We've got, I feel like there were a few nods to things. This, I think, these are Croton ships. These are random Croton ships driving along the highway. This over here, so that those are from the planet Shri. This is I think this is from one of my sketchbooks. So, some of these random cards, this one I feel like I've drawn before. I feel like that's from one of my sketchbooks or something. That's the cone zone over there. And I think you pretty much just had to get into your ship and drive along with traffic, and it'll take you to the right place. And then at some point, I guess you could go to the mail zone, because check this out. It's Newman from the mail zone. I don't remember why you could go there though. And this is like just a random customer in the mail zone. Can I can't pop this out. Very annoying. Cause like it's hard for me to like see chat, you know? But yeah, let's see, is chat saying anything? All I care about is if someone explodes in the game. Fair enough. Epic says that highway must have taken hours. I don't remember exactly how long, but I do remember it did take a while. It took quite a while, yes. I had a lot of fun drawing this. But yeah, I feel like this was optional. I don't think Chris ever actually got to this screen. I don't think he ever actually met Newman, because you don't have to. I just drew it because, you know, like, you know, the way this is drawn, I was thinking, oh shoot, this is a super obvious thing. People are going to want to go to the mail zone. So I drew out a screen for in case they did, but he didn't, because that's not what you're supposed to do anyway, so it doesn't matter. So you just drive to the next area, and I think there was like this, there's a fork in the road, so this is Balzac's ship down here, and you can choose which way to go. Obviously way less effort on this screen than on the last one. But then you finally get to the right screen, and that takes you to this area over here. And this, because your goal here is to find a doctor, right? So like, yeah, this is the doctor's office. It says no robots allowed in doctor's office. There's a laser gun, so it will zap you if you get too close. There's also like a mailbox here, so somebody has to deliver mail. And over here, we can see, yes, indeed, this is Malfoy, the mailbox bot himself. He's coming to deliver the mail, but there's like spikes in his way, and he's going to try and deliver the mail. And if you help him out, he can like take care of the laser gun for you so that you can get inside the door. On the door, it says Dr. Kridma, MD. So yeah, this is like the building, and it's like multi-layered. So like this higher floor is like wider than the base of the building. Like the base of the building is like just this sort of box-shaped base, but then it expands outward, so you're kind of like under it right now. Anyway, so you go inside there. And then inside the building, we have our classic receptionist. This is the receptionist from my other paper computer games. She has appeared multiple times, and she's just, you know, she was the one from my Alien Invasion game. She's just super, super, like, even if what you want her to do is like ridiculous and unreasonable, she'll just be like, sure, absolutely, I can help you with that. You know, like if you want to launch the nuclear missiles, she's like, sure, I can launch the nuclear missiles for you. She just puts customer service above all else. So, like, anyway, she's here to help. So you basically just have to ask her for help. She's got like a trash bin over here and a clock and a phone. I don't know why there's like this old style phone on this alien planet, but sure. We've got over here. I think this was an actual calendar. Oh wait, no, this was not an actual calendar I had, because this is a screen from Chris's PCG Ginkis's gift. Because like, there's a pyramid, we're in the desert, and there's like somebody out front of the pyramid, and there's like runes on the front of the pyramid. In fact, I can even read this. It says King at the bottom, and like that was the riddle. Like in Chris's PCG Ginkis's gift. Actually, like I could just like show you guys, because like no, that's the wrong pyramid. Here it is. This is the pyramid in question. Obviously it has a lot more runes on it, and you can see like Like down here at the very bottom, you can kind of see Zach a little bit. But yeah, that is what this screen is depicting. And it says in runes, this thing of all things devours birds, beasts, trees, flowers. Something like it's a classic riddle. It's a classic riddle, and like it's like, you know, basically what devours all things from birds, bees, trees, and flowers, and all sorts of stuff like that. And the answer is, you know, it's well, I'll leave that for chat to guess. You can put your guesses in the comments. But anyway, yeah, that's what that is a reference to. I guess this was in June. June has 28 days. Is that true? Fact check me, chat. Is that correct? But yeah, so once you talk to her, she can help. Epic says, this is inspiring while I make my PCG. Awesome, dude. Why is the receptionist so nice? I don't know. That's just who she is. Maybe a future PCG will reveal that, or, you know, expand on that. But for now, she is just, that's just who she is. She just really likes being super nice. So anyway, she helps you out, and you can go inside. And once you go inside... Wait, where's the screen? Did I not scan the screen? Wait, not that one, 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 not this one, not this one, or that 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 one. Ah! Is it not here? Could I have put it in the wrong one? It's not in here. Wait. Oh, that's the problem. Yes, I did put it in the wrong folder. Yes, so here it is. So this is the doctor. The doctor is in. This is Dr. Kridma. So Dr. Kridma is this. He is like a sentient, like Venus flytrap dude. He's like a plant basically, and he's got all of his plant like roots that are like covering all the walls. But he is a medical doctor, and you know he sees patients. Now on planet Zoniat, that's pretty rare because nobody really needs like this is a planet full of robots. There's like very few biological beings, so who would actually need a doctor on this planet? But you need a doctor, and so this is the perfect fit. And he's like, what? A whole ship full of patients? Absolutely, I'll come help. And so after you know introduce yourself and talk properly, he blasts off his lab. It just bursts out of the building entirely and flies into space on its own. So yeah, this is the same building that we were seeing before. So this is at the bottom where we met Malfoy. There's like a city in the background, and yeah, it's blasting off into space. Epic says his guess is life or time. Yeah, the correct answer was time. But yeah, Epic says, didn't Dr. Kridma appear in Plants vs. Techno Zombies? Yes. So that would be like the alternate universe, like the Plants vs. Zombies, not Plants, the Techno Zombies universe version of Dr. Kridma. But yeah, same character basically. And yes, yeah. So anyway, it blasts off into space, and then we have this screen. So basically, this is the doctor's office flying into the atmosphere. And now that it's flying into the atmosphere, it's like it's an unauthorized departure. So all these robot drones are like attacking, and you have to get past all of them. Meanwhile, the tabernacle is up here helping by shooting down some of the robot drones to protect the doctor's office. So yeah, on this screen you have to like control the doctor's office and, you know, maneuver to avoid too many of these things. I think you have to like smash into one of them to break it and maneuver away from the other one. I forget what you're supposed to do, But yeah, you have to get past it, and you have to get to the next. And then what happens is the doctor's office just smashes into the bottom of the tabernacle. Just bam! It smashes completely through the hull and becomes a part of the ship. So that is why this screen was in the tabernacle folder. It's because this room becomes part of the tabernacle. So from this point forward, this is a room you can access in the tabernacle. It is now your sick bay. And whenever you have an injured crew member, you can bring them here to Dr. Kridma's sick bay to cure them. And so he that is what happens with that. But yeah, I will be right back. I'm gonna grab some more water, so I'll throw up the classic "be right back" screen just for a moment, and then I will be right back. Hey folks. So yeah. Let us see. I also brought myself some cheese cubes so that I can, keep myself... Oh, but they're moldy. Oh, well, so much for that. Yeah. Yak says, I'm so used to watching streams on video playback that when the Be Right Back screen came on, I tried to fast forward it. Nice. Even though you made it well, I guess that would make it even more so. Yeah, fair enough. All right, so where were we? So after Dr. Kridma has been brought on board, Dr. Kridma is now part of the Tabernacle crew. So we have now incorporated Dr. Kridma into the crew. We have all of our familiar characters are back. What is the next destination? So let's return to our map and review. So we are back here in Mesdora Corridor, Section D. So we have visited Zoniat now, and Shri. I think the second to, at least the, it's sort of optional where you go from here, but I think the second to last place we went was Velies. So let's pay a visit to Velies. Should we go to Velies? What do you guys think? Let's make a let's make a one of those fancy polls in chat. Can we do that? Do we remember how to do that? Let's see. Wait. This is the wrong place. Oh, yeah, you have to go to the live control room. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's make a poll in chat. Where should we go next? And the options are Veliz or Soem. Yeah, I guess Veliz or Soem. Okay. Let us make that poll. Bam, poll is started. Let's see what the folks think. We are deciding where we should go next between Veliz and Soem. Do 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 do. Epic says Soem isn't even wikied. Oh man. 2 votes are in. All right, we need a few more votes. We have 5 viewers, you guys. Let's see if we can get at least 4 votes. Well, for a second it said 3 votes. Okay, now it's 3 votes again. All right, one more vote, and I'll do it. I'll call it. Can I change my vote to Soem? I don't know. Can you? Try it. All right, nobody's voting. I'm gonna end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Ending the poll. And the poll says 50% Veliz, 50% Soem. I changed my vote so Soem wins. All right. You know what? Soem it is, because I want Soem. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. We're going to Soem, you guys. We are going to Soem. Are you guys ready for Soem? All right, let's check out Soem. So Soem is not one of the major systems. It is a minor system, so it's in the minor systems folder. Let's see, where is Soem? That's Mordriff. The one that Kurt made. Neutron Star. I do not see Soem. Which one is Soem? Well, okay, let's check out the script for Soem. Let's search for Soem. The planet is a living creature and will eat the ship if approached from the wrong angle. Right. Right, I know what planet that is. So, where is that? Can I Here it is. Yeah, there's Soem. Here we go. Check out Soem. Dun dun dun. Yeah, it's this giant, like, just living creature. It's also got a moon, which is also a living creature. I think Chris had a lot of fun when he was actually playing this, because I don't remember what he ended up doing, but I think he did something like, I don't know, tractor beaming the moon into the planet using like 50 ships or some weird thing like that. But regardless, you have to like get inside the planet. So if you fly over its surface, here is the closer angle. This one I'm pretty sure was like definitely drawn by Kurt. But here's our Balzac's, personal ship. He left the starship to get closer to the planet. So he is like, these are like, deadly plants, I guess, that are like growing out of the ground, and if you get too close, they'll strike you. But you have to get inside this like hole in the ground, and if you get inside that hole, it leads you into here, this like sort of cave. And in this cave, it's got more of these like plant things. And basically, you have to find a way to like get past all of the plant things. I forget what the challenge is. Like well, actually, the script should say. But either way, you have to like. There's fuel over here if you can just get to it. Let's see what the script says about this. 3 biological spike things. Lasers won't be effective, but torpedoes will work on the first one. So just on this guy over here, torpedoes will work on, but not lasers. The other 2 spikes must be tricked into stabbing each other. This can be accomplished by flying between them. Okay. So inside the tunnel, there will be a brief puzzle involving more spiky things, and at the end of yeah, I said that already. All right, I think I'm just repeating myself. I don't know why I wrote this out twice, but that's weird. Anyway, that is Soem. So once you get the fuel, that's basically it. That's basically the planet, you know? Like I said, it's a very minor system. You just like have this scene where you have like the living planet and the living moon, and then, you know, flying over its surface, and then the cave. A lot of these minor planets in Balzak Globotron are just like a couple of screens, and you can like explore them or mess around with them as much as you like. Like Mortalis, which ended up being a super memorable system that I think Epic has done a lot with since then, is just this skull in space, and then it's like 2 screens above. It's just this one, which is like the landscape of like this planet of bones and this city of bones, and that's it. And obviously this landscape screen has a lot for you to explore. It has these little towers, it has the skull, it has the city. So there's a lot of things to interact with here. But still, this is just one screen. So like, yeah, a lot of these minor systems are pretty much just one screen. But okay, we have now visited Soem. So I think it's now time to visit Veliz. Oh my god, you guys, we are getting close to the end here. There's not much more to explore. We have, I think that's pretty much it. We have to go to Veliz. I think we did these, like Gufalu and Gudrasev, right? So I think all that's left is going to be Shanxi. We might get to see Shanxi today, which means we might finish showing Balzak Globotron. Red Rocks PCG says Soem is handsome. Heck yeah, he is. He says, is Soem a planet or a creature? ¿Por qué no las dos? Why not both? Epic says, I can't believe we are on part 7. Yeah, right? It is pretty wild to think about. All right. Let's pay a visit to Veliz, because Veliz is kind of like a little bit more main story-ish. So, where is Veliz a folder, or is it just in minor systems? Come on, I guess it must be in minor systems. Yeah, check it out. It's Veliz. So Veliz, we've got this like, this is like a fleet of pirate ships. So, actually, why can't I just do that so I can see chat? Yeah, so Veliz has just got this like sort of stream of, actually that's going to make it hard for you guys to see chat. Dang it. Can I just like do this? No, that's going to eat chat. Dang it. Alright, let's just minimize this then. Alright, so yeah, this is a fleet of pirate ships. These are the same pirate ships that you can encounter throughout Balzak Globotron. There's a bunch of them. Actually, if you're actually playing Balzak Globotron, like for the PCG Master, there is a oh, I have it in the other folder. Let's see, in the Paper Computer Games folder on my hard drive. Paper Computer Games, Balzak Globotron. There's like a table of the ships. This is like, well, this is just like a table of their stats because I had a combat system in this game, which was a huge mistake, but nonetheless, this is a table of like how powerful each ship is. Let's see, where's the pirate ships? Here it is. Pirate ships have 150 HP, 200 shields, 85 lasers, which makes it significantly weaker than the Tabernacle, which has 650 HP and 200 shields and 75 lasers and 100 torpedoes. Plus it has the Nova cannon, which is 750. However, like, remember, there's like a bunch of these guys. I think I had like a table of planets. Yeah, because like on the table of planets, it tells you how many ships are guarding each planet. So every time like Chris would go to a planet, I had to like check the table and be like, okay, when you get to that planet, there are, like when you get to Soem, there are 5 ships guarding it that you have to defeat. And they are Guardian ships, which have, and like once you complete that mission, it gives you 3 fuel. So yeah, that's what this was. So let's see. For in the case of Velies, it was 10 ships were in orbit, and they were all pirate ships. And oh, but you can get 4 fuel from this planet. Cool. So yeah, that's the wrong thing. But yeah. Anyways, here we are on Velies. You have to defeat these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, the number of ships I drew actually matches the number of ships that the chart says. Because I didn't always draw them for every system. Excuse me. Like, Red Rock says, can the next stream be on Plants vs. Techno Zombies? Maybe. Well, but I already have a full video on that. It's not that long that I can spend a whole stream doing it. And, like, I mean, I guess, like, maybe we could play it. But I have already played it on stream. I don't know. Maybe. I'll think about something we can do with it. Epic Underworld says, why is Shanxi last? Because that's sort of like the final area of the game. That's like where the final lore bits are. In terms of gameplay, like, it's intended to be last, so, like, it is the place where, like, there's the most ships. Like, if you look at our table of ships, of planets. Wait, where's Shanxi? Here it is. Ships in orbit. 61/590. So I think that was like compare this to the other planets, right? Nothing has even close to this. Shri has the most with 25 ships, and Zoniat has 20. Shanxi, when you first cause see, that's the thing, when you first approach the planet, it has 61 ships in orbit. That's a lot. So that means you're not going to even be able to approach this planet until you've, like, conquered everything else in the game. Because the idea is that you can go sort of from planet to planet, and every time you visit a place, you're confronted by their ships, and you end up taking over a lot of enemy ships. So once you've, like, conquered sort of everything else, you'll have enough ships that you can have a chance against the 61 ships protecting Shanxi. So yeah, once you approach Shanxi, wait, no, we're not going to Shanxi yet. What am I talking about? We are still on Velies. So let's pay a visit to Velies. Where's Velies? Is it not even here? Oh my god, I did not draw I did not put Velies here. You know what I freaking did? You guys? So what I did was, I'm pretty sure I drew, or I did not draw Velies. I got supremely lazy because, you see, what had happened was, I have a drawing of Velies from in one of my sketchbooks that I made separately a long time ago, and I just used that as the screen for VeliEase. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to expand my face, and I'm actually going to like physically pull out that sketchbook and show you the drawing in question. So yeah, let's see. I should like show you more of my sketchbook stuff in general. I should like have another stream on that, but oh, check it out. Spanish PCG character descriptions. We've got Balzac and Nazareth. I could read those to you if you like, but so yeah, let me know in chat if you want me to. I can translate, but like that was from when I visited Costa Rica, and I was trying to introduce a person there to PCGs, and so I wrote it in Spanish. Anyway, this is not a... What am I doing? This is not a sketchbook stream. Dang, this is such a fun sketchbook though. I want to show it to you guys. Oh, so badly. Oh my goodness. Red Rock says cool. Yeah, thank you. Where is the correct picture? Some of these are cool. Some of these are stupid. Some of these are ridiculous. But they're all great. Am I looking at the wrong sketchbook? I think I might be. Yeah. Oh, it's got to be in... Oh, it's probably in this one. Probably in this sketchbook over here. Let's see. I'm going to try and find it quick. I feel like I should point the camera at this, but here, I'll just like so that you guys aren't bored while I'm flipping through, I will turn it around so you guys can at least see what we're looking at a little bit. I'm not gonna like describe any of these or go into detail on them, but you can at least have something cool to look at, I guess. You know? Oh hey, check it out. It is like my representation of the PCG universe. Epic says, I saw Charles. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Wait, did I skip something? There we go. Oh, this one's in Italian. From that time that somebody at work taught me an Italian phrase. Yeah, I definitely need to do a sketchbook stream. And like go over all of these because my goodness. Oh hey. The occasional PCG related one. Wait. This is not it, is it? Because this is like evocative of VeliEase, but no, this is not the one I used. It's a different one I'm thinking of. I don't think this one is canonically VeliEase. Wait. But I think we might be getting close. Here it is. Yeah, sorry for that. Yar, and those are freaking amazing, Zach. Thanks so much, dude. Red Rock says bro knows every language. I wouldn't go that far. I learned like a couple phrases of Italian. And that's only because like Italian is super similar to Spanish. So and like I had a Italian worker there who was always talking Spanish to me, and there was like times where, you know, she would accidentally say the Italian word instead of the Spanish word because they're super similar. And so a few times she just taught me how to say a phrase, and it was pretty easy to remember. Like the one in that sketchbook was "Mia casa e tu casa," and that's easy because in Spanish that would be "Mi casa es tu casa." It's like virtually the same thing, you know. So, gotta feed my dog. I'm gonna pause the stream and come back and watch it on playback. All right, fair enough. But yeah, okay. So, yeah. So. This over here is Velies. So this is the screen I used for Velies in Balzak Globotron. Basically, what we're dealing with here is that, you know, you've just got like the city on the surface, and there's like a bridge over this chasm. So this is sort of like a side view, and so this is us seeing like underground. And there's like a chasm that goes down. There's sort of these little like flying things that are sort of like flying over these exits or whatever. Over here is like, is that NYC? No, because it's supposed to be Planet Velies. It's just like random buildings with like antennas on top of them and whatnot. Probably inspired by NYC though. I mean, like I live super close to NYC. Like I can literally walk like 3 minutes up the block, and then I can see the skyline of NYC from there, sort of. But in any event, yeah. So yeah. Let's see. What have we got? Anything interesting here? Yes, we. So these are all like pipes. I like because this was drawn as a sketch, not as part of a PCG. I wasn't being super literal. But yeah, like you can see like pipes coming down from the various buildings. I used to have a thing for drawing pipes like this, like having them all connect to each other and branch off in different directions. And some of the pipes are coming out of this sort of like this earth here, like this ground, and like there you can see some of the water just sort of like spilling out from the pipes. Here's like a big pipe and water's like pouring out from it. Over here is like this sort of lower platform. So this is underground over here because like this is the surface level, right? But there's this big opening that the bridge goes over, and down here we have this sort of big platform, and there's a smaller city full of people on here. And then there are passages that go further down. And then over here, if we kind of zoom in a little bit, we can see that over here, this was supposed to be like Yippit's lab. And this is a depiction of like Yippit's drill vehicle, like drilling down into the ground. And that's where he encountered that like giant creature that he destroyed. And then that's what happened in the original PCG Into the Heart of the World, where he encounters the mole men. But in this game, you know, that's not happening right now, because when in Balzak Globotron, when you get to planet Velies, Yippit is long gone. All the events of Into the Heart of the World have already happened. But I'm just using this as a screen anyway, so Chris can kind of like explore it, or like, you know, whoever the player is can kind of like explore it. And basically, the way this works is that like you get here, and they're super suspicious of outsiders because the planet has befallen a tragedy because like Yippit has gone into Mole City, he became the mayor, and then he destroyed Mole City. Because deep underground, there's the like near the planet's core is the city of the Mole Men, and the people on the surface had like diplomatic relations with the Mole Men, I guess. So when the Mole Men's entire civilization was destroyed, and like some of the refugees had to come to the surface, and we see in various PCGs from various people that like Mole Men traveled throughout the galaxy and like landed, and some Mole Men refugees landed in different places ever since this calamitous event. So when you come back here to Velies, like the people on the surface are fine, but you know they're like super upset that this attack has taken place, and they're super suspicious. So at first they're kind of hostile to Balzak Globotron when he lands, but like, you know, finally he gains, like you meet the Inquisitor, who is from the Mole Men games, and you gain her trust, and she charges you with going out to help. Like you agree to help capture Yipit if you see him in your travels, and in exchange she helps you get fuel for this planet, and you get to investigate Yipit's lab and look for clues. So yeah, that is planet Veles. Whoops. You guys, are you guys still there? Is anybody still there? I don't see anyone saying stuff in chat. I think we're getting close to the end, you guys. I think we're getting close to the end. Epic's still here? Yes. Yak is still here too. Excellent. We are getting close to the end, you guys. Thank you all for still being here. But yeah, let's proceed because we have finished with Veles. I think there's one last place to go, and that is Shanxi. Now I can't just click on this folder and like go to Shanxi, can I? Like I have to make a big production about this, right? I don't know. I might even have to like just pull you guys. Like, should we go to Shanxi now? Wait, that's a message, not a poll. Let's do it. Should we go to Shanxi now? Should we go to Shanxi? I'm sorry. I can't help myself sometimes. Bro, the procrastination is crazy. Yes. Epic says, who voted no? I don't know. We have 3 votes in. Should I call it? I should make a poll to see if we should call it. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was me. Oh no, Yak. Bam! I called it. Yes is 66%. With that, we are going to go to Shanxi. Wait, hold on. Someone's messaging me in Discord. Let me just make sure that's not important. Wait, what? Ah, Epic clipped that. Alright, so with that being said, let's go to Shanxi. So, where's the, let's change this to, like, super big icons, but only for me to see. Where's the, like, establishing shot? I thought there was, like, an establishing shot here. Maybe we actually need some music for this. Actually, no, forget it. Too much trouble. No, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I feel like this moment is so dramatic that it calls for some music. Like this. Some like off-brand Minecraft. Let me know if you guys can hear that okay, if it's too loud or whatever. Alright. Let's go to Shanxi. So, here is the establishing shot on Shanxi. This is, mind you, after you are able to defeat those 61 ships on Shanxi, guarding Shanxi. That is a lot of ships, and it is by various types of ships, I think. Let's double check our table of planets. Let's see. Shanxi. Warships. Yeah, I don't remember. Wait, what kind of ship is warship? Warship? Okay, yeah. Check this out. Warship, 500 HP, 100 shield, 75 laser, and 90 torpedo. So each one of these 61 ships is nearly as powerful as the Tabernacle. Not entirely as powerful, but nearly so. So this is intense right here. So, yes. You get past those ships. It was an epic battle to do so. But you get past those ships, and this is the sight that beholds you. Epic says, this is a big moment. It is indeed. Red Rock said the background music made me deafening the Ender Dragon. Oh shoot, sorry. I will stop deafening the Ender Dragon. How's that? Better? No, the music was so good? Oh, okay. I'll turn it back up a little bit. Doesn't matter though, let's keep going. Alright. Why was Epic Underworld's timeouted for 300 seconds? Was he? I have no idea, I didn't do it. Oh wait, was it the other Epic Underworlds? Actually, why am I on top chat? Let's change that. Okay. So yeah. So, this is the site that greets you. So, this is planet Shanxi. Well, this is not really a planet. It's not a planet anymore. You see, Shanxi was once a planet. Many, many centuries ago, probably. It was once a planet, but the planet's material has been mined so extensively that the bulk of the planet's mass is gone. It's been turned into ships, it's been turned into space stations, and who knows what. What's left are these sort of like chunks of Earth, or of ground, or whatever you want to call them, and they're connected by these sort of metallic tubes. And the tubes have like, you know, passageways inside of them, like elevator shafts, so you can sort of get from one chunk to the other. And on each one of these chunks are, you know, little places that you can visit. On this one, there's like shops. I think this was just like a joke. There's like, you know, adult stores, booze stores. Like over here, there's, because like, you know, you can't like visit them in the game or whatever. It was just a little joke because like, that would be there, right? Like in a, like no one, like as cool as this place is in theory, like no one would want to live there. So it would be like a place where all that kind of stuff would go. We've got this weird mysterious building, some buildings over here. There's like over here, I think like a ship landed, I think, and one tree and a house. And this ship, I believe this is like, I believe, yeah, we've definitely seen this ship before in my sketchbooks, but it's just a random ship. It doesn't have like any lore associated with it, just like a nod to my earlier random material. Red Rock said, this is my jam? Heck yeah. Alright, so, over here we've got a shipyard. This is, this is like a downed pirate ship. This is like a downed flying saucer that belongs to one of the flying saucer aliens that we met earlier in the game. This is just like a random ship, I don't know. And, you know, some of these are sort of upside down because, you know, there's no gravity. These are all essentially in space because most of the planet's mass is gone. There's not enough mass to produce that much of a gravitational field, so it's all just artificial gravity. It's just like, I guess they put plates on under these chunks that make them have gravity or whatever. I guess if this were real, I think like the real science of it would be that like if you had enough of these chunks, they still could have enough mass to have a gravitational field. So they could be oriented like the way, like as if it was one big planet. It would still work, but I don't know. I drew them in all different orientations, so like I'm assuming. So it looks to me like there's no gravitational field here. So except that there's like when you are on one of these places, like if you actually land next to the tree, you can stand and walk. So that means there's some sort of like artificial gravity, like which in real life is not possible. But you know, it's like a sci-fi thing, you know. Anyway, let's see what chat's saying. I feel like Frank would love her. Wait, who? The building looks like a cheese grater. It kind of does look like a cheese grater now that you mention it. Unintentional, but yeah. This is like another one of like I always like to make my landscapes sort of have this sort of like feeling like there's lots of little interesting details. Like you could explore any of these. Like any of these places could have their own little PCG adventure in any of them. But I don't think you actually have to... But you don't actually visit most of these in the game. I guess you can. I guess there's nothing stopping you, and the PCG Master would just, like, make up whatever happens when you go into one of these random buildings. But there is something you're supposed to do. You are supposed to get into this hole right over here, and that leads you to the next screen. Epic says, I think like Frank the Garbage Man would live here for some reason. Quite possibly. I mean, that wasn't. I never explicitly established that, but that certainly could be the case. I guess, I just imagined Frank is like not really living anywhere. Like he just lives on his ship. He travels from planet to planet, just like stowing garbage. But I mean, I didn't go that deep into Frank's lore, so could be. You know, maybe this is where he's from. It looks like an epic spider web. Thanks so much, dude. But yeah, let's yeah. So, let's actually look at the script, because like I want to show this to you guys properly. I want to get it right, because this is the end of the game, right? This is the culmination of everything. So, I want to properly I want to not forget stuff. So, let's see what the script has to say about Shanxi. Oh wow. This is like an artifact of the past, because it says it's just describing Shanxi, but it says it's not a planet, it's a city. Once it was a planet, but since then things have changed. What's left of the once beautiful world is a string of rocks, debris connected by metallic shafts, and in some cases energy, the same kind which holds Jerry together, in fact. I didn't remember that, actually. But Jerry, that is a throwback, because that, during development, that was one of, I couldn't decide on a name for the main character, who is now called Balzak Globotron. At various times I was calling him Jim, and then I was calling him Jerry, or maybe the other way around, until I finally came up with the proper name. But I guess, yeah, this is still left over in the script from that time. What a throwback, my goodness. But yeah, in fact, ships are constantly maneuvering around in the middle of the mess, because ships from all over the galaxy come here for repairs, fuel, trading, and for every reason imaginable. So, yeah, that is Shanxi. So, yeah, okay, so it says, upon arriving at Shanxi, there's a bunch of different options, like I just said. So, the system is controlled by the Alliance. Now, this is the same Alliance that would later come to be rebranded as the Shadow Alliance by Chris, or by the Shadow, I guess. But yeah, it's basically the evil alliance of evil organizations like the Company and whatnot. Red Rocks PCG says, are the lines to get to different islands? Yeah, because see, these are like tubes. Like, see, there's like a metal tube going from one island to the other, so that people from one island can get into a hole in their chunk of Earth, and it's sort of like an elevator shaft almost. You get in it, and it takes you it takes you to the other one, and you come out over here, and you can like navigate through this whole thing like that. So oh yeah, here, oh wait, sorry, it narrates what's available here. So it says there's a repair station / spaceport which can repair the fleet's ship. So I think that's what this is. That's the spaceport. It says a refueling station which fills 3 fuel per visit. So that's pretty cool. This whole game, you have to, every time you visit a planet, you have to find 1 thing of fuel, and that's the only way you can refuel. But finally, we can actually refuel infinitely once we've gotten to this planet, because it's the final planet, you know? What does it matter anymore? So every time you visit this world, you can like fill up on fuel. It says there's various homes and industrial areas. Among these places, he will encounter... It says the scared of Balzak guy. I guess a guy who's scared of Balzak, as well as a teenager. And the teen, which is located in the house on the bottom right. So that's this house over here. I remember there being something to do with this house. Right, so when he talks to the teenager, the teen will tell him to go in this path. Whereas if you talk to the scared guy who's walking around... Oh, it's this guy. This is the scared guy walking around the shops. We'll tell him to go down the left path. Both contains... Right. So, yeah, there's an option. So, what happens is you go down this tube, and you've gotten 2 different opposing pieces of advice. Once you go in this tube, this guy told you to go left, and this guy told you to go right. So let's go to the next screen. So, Tabernacle is too big to fit in here, so once again, we are in Balzak's personal ship. This is Balzak's personal ship, you know, which stays in Tabernacle's shuttle bay. But anyway, we are flying through that tube, and there are 2 paths. You can go to the left into this tube, or to the right into this tube, like the path branches you see. So we've gotten 2 different pieces of advice. Which one do we follow? Now, depending on which one you follow, you have 2 sort of different adventures. It sort of branches off. And the 2 branches are gonna remerge. So let's see. Alright, so small, like if you go to the left, that takes you to what the script calls Smaller Facility 1. Let me see if I can figure out which one is Smaller Facility 1 and which one is Smaller Facility 2. Alright, so I believe this is one. So you come out of the pipe and there's these like giant balls. These are giant spheres made of the same kind of spheres that Balzak Globotron himself is made out of, but they're gigantic. And they're shooting this energy. And like when the ship comes out of the tube, this electric energy like propels the ship super fast forward. Like this is just how their highway system works on Shanxi. After you come out the tube, it's like you're going like incredibly fast, and you're just sort of passing by this city. You can't really visit it, but it does look super familiar. And it's like if you look at the sites in the background, you can see it says "Welcome to Alpha City, population 8,732,907." That's a bunch of people. So we've got buildings, we've got these sort of walkways which are suspended in midair, and you can see lots of people walking on the walkways. There's like roads on the grounds also. This is still on one giant like chunk of Earth. You can see there's tubes connecting this chunk of Earth to the other chunks, like the other like islands, I guess. We've got this interesting island down here. I do not know what's going on with that one. But like this is sort of like this is gonna like activate some memories in Balzak, because like in the very beginning of the game, when the game starts, you have this screen which is like Balzak coming back to consciousness, and he has this scene of flashbacks as he does. It's like him on a table being experimented on, and then him on this sort of walkway in the air through this sort of indistinct city. Well, here it is. Here's the walkway through this city. So this would have been the place where Balzak escaped through. Anyway, you keep going. Unleashed is back. Hey, thanks for rejoining, Unleashed. Epic says the perspectives are so unique. Thanks so much, dude. Epic says, whoa, the connection. Heck yeah, dude. So, okay. So, we pass Alpha City, we continue going. And I believe... Wait. That takes us here. Now, what does this look like to you guys? Does this look like anything? Because, like... Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. Give me a second to think. It's not like a reference or anything like that. It just Red Rock says, is it a mattress? Yeah. See, like, what had happened was I was trying to draw, like, a facility. So, like, this is on, like, a big one of those chunks. Here's one of the tubes connecting it to the rest of Shanxi. And here's Balzac's personal ship. And this is supposed to be, like, a big space facility. But what I did was, yeah, I did actually, like, look at a mattress and I copied it. But I was like, let me, like, change all the details. And, like, I actually added this pattern, like, trying to make it not look like a mattress. But ironically, it made it look a lot more like a mattress, I think. So when Chris was playing this, he gets up to this and he's like, dude, it's a bed. What the boyak? And I'm like, oh. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, it's not that. My bad. But, yeah, so anyway, you get inside here. You can land in this little slat over here, and there's, like, a little door over here. And once you land there, it takes you to this place. Wait, is that right? Wait. I don't think that's right. I think it was this place. Let me double check the script because... Well, it doesn't matter. I feel like it was this place. So, once you get inside, I think you have to get inside by smashing your way in. And you can land the ship in here. And here's Balzac, and there's this guy whose name is Spez. You can tell because he graffitied his name on the wall. There he is. That's Spez. He's just got like this crazy hairdo, and he's got this like super angry like laser gun, and he's like ah! And when you get in here, he's gonna try and like shoot you, but you can like throw something at him and get past him or whatever. Let's see. We've got some more graffiti here. I think these are just like cameos or whatever. It says, oh, it says farmer was here. I forgot about that. Like the farmer from Chris's PCGs. How would he have been here? When would he have been here? I don't know. Maybe that's a story for somebody's future PCG of like that they could make. Why the farmer came to Shanxi? I don't know. Let's see what this one says. Beware the gnome? I I don't know. That's definitely a G. I don't know. Regardless, these are just camp. Oh, what's that one say? R. Oh, 8 balls rule. 8 balls rule. Red Rocks says, can you drive the spaceship into him? Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. In fact, I think that might have been what Chris did. In any event, you've got these scientists running around in lab coats. Basically, all you have to do is like I think there's like a control panel over here or something, and you have to do this to deactivate something guarding the final facility. Then, I think if you had gone the other way, it takes you this way. Like, you know, remember when we had that fork in the road? If you go the other way instead, it takes you down this path. So here's just Balzac's personal ship again, just being shot away from us through this electromagnetic stuff, super, super fast. You can see now there's more of these metallic spheres are being connected in this region. And this is sort of mysterious, because, like, remember, the goal of Balzak Globotron is to find out where Balzak Globotron came from. What is the deal with these metallic spheres? Why are there metallic spheres similar to Balzak, but, like, bigger? And the thing is, like, when you're passing through this energy, Balzak can sort of almost feel something. Almost like he can just almost feel a tiny bit of a feeling, of a memory, but he can't quite grasp it. But anyway, if you keep going this way, you get to the other one. So this is the other facility. Let's see what I'm gonna consult the script because I don't remember the specifics of what is going on here. So this is smaller facility 1 in theory. So screen 1 is a room with several soldiers. I don't see several soldiers. I see one soldier in this big monster dude. Filled with uninteresting information. Right, so it's got these bookcases, but they don't have important information on them. Oh, and I say here, never mind, there's a monster and a soldier. Dispose of them any way you like. They have 25 HP each. What do you mean HP? Like, what am I talking about HP? There's no HP in this game. I am baffled. Like, why would I be... Like, I did have a combat system for the ships, but I didn't really have a combat system for, like, hand-to-hand combat, so I don't know why I would have written that they have 25 HP each. I'm pretty sure when we actually played this, I would have ignored that part and been like, you like, just hit him over the head with something, and you beat him, you know? Oh, King Froggy's back. Hey, welcome back. Epic says, HP? Sus. Yeah, right? Super, also, Epic had asked, is this Future Lab? Not quite. But anyway, so, alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna have to refill my water. One moment. Back is black. Yeah. I messed myself up, but we're back. Hey, folks. So, who's still here? We still have 5 viewers. Excellent. All right, let's get back to it. So, the BRB thing is cool. Yeah, it is. Credit to Yak for that. He made that for me, and it is awesome. Just wanted to show that again for a second. But yeah, so here we are. We've got Alright, so screen 2, so that would be this one. It says, a testing area. 2 metallic spheres are being tested. So I guess that's these 2 on the table. There are several technicians milling around, but they don't pose any resistance, although they're afraid of Balzak Globotron and his allies. There are exits going to the left and to the right, or screens 3 and 4. So screen 3 on the left is this one. A room with a desk. Yeah, clearly. So let's see. Yeah, I don't remember anything about this at all. I mean, obviously there's a bookcase here. There's like a chair, like a top-down view, and this is like a computer, I guess. Let's see what it says. A room with a desk and some knickknacks. On the desk is also a schematic showing the dual entrances to the lab facility. That's right. Okay, so that's all that there is in here? Alright, so what about this room? It says, so this is a control room with controls operating the door in the alternate pathway. That's right. So you had to, like, go down one pathway, activate the controls, and then come back and go around the other way. So there's a giant button on the floor, which can only be activated by putting the large weapon from screen 2. So this thing right over here on top of it. This must be done using a ramp. Where am I going to get a ramp, though? Let's see what it said. Also in the room is a control panel, which Balzak can activate and use. There's a hand recognition. There's like a hand recognition panel, which can be activated by putting one of the technician's hands on it and taping it to the wall. There's a strange lever, which can only be activated by setting up the device on the desk in room 2 in front of it. Okay, room 2, so you have to set up the thing on the... this is complicated. All these things must be activated at once, and there's a locking device which stops all the controls from working. It's protected by a force field and can only be destroyed by the device from room 2. So I guess here's the device protected by the force field, and it's got these wires connected to this button and to these 2 things, and you have to go throughout the rooms of this building to figure this out. My goodness. I remember Chris was very annoyed with this part of the game. He thought this was super dumb, like the having to go back and forth to like 2 different paths. But yeah, those are the 2 paths. Once you go through those 2 paths, you can finally proceed to the final piece. This is it. I think it's time to change the music, you guys, because this is it. I'm gonna need something, I don't know, dramatic. Let's see what we got. So, Epic World says the end? Not quite. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting close. We're getting real close. We are, I think, definitely going to finish it at this time. So, this. Red Rock says, is there going to be a part 8? I don't think so. I think we might finish it in this stream. I think we're going to finish the game. So, yeah. Anyway, you see this building looming up ahead of you. You're flying over this sort of spherical, platform, and there's other, tubes going to other spheres and, more of the floating islands with more cities on them. But this is your ultimate destination. this building. So, you fly up to this building. It looms over you ominously, and there's Balzac's ship as always. We fly into that, and that's basically all that screen is. It's a cutscene. Like, yeah, I drew out that whole thing just for the cutscene. But once you are able to land inside that building, it takes you here. We have arrived, you guys, in Future Lab. This is Future Lab, and Okay, hold on, sorry. Microphone difficulties. Yeah, my microphone fell off the thing, so you're gonna have to bear with me as I try to reinstate it, assuming I can even find it anymore. Wait, that's upside down. Okay, are we good? I think we got the microphone is dipping out. Oh no. I unplugged it and replugged it. Is that better? Yeah, it looks to be. Okay. Alright, well, let me know. You guys hear me okay? I'm a take my chances on this moldy cheese while you answer that. Sounds good? Okay, sweet. Why am I doing this? This cheese is bad. Anyway. Alright, now I need a palate cleanser. I brought something in case I needed a snack. Alright, so this building, right? Sorry about the delay, but this building is Future Lab. So here we go. This is Balzak Globotron, and this is a big open round room. So the room is in the shape of a circle, and there's this big sort of painting on the ground. The ground is like marble, but it has this huge painting on the ground of some this is like a planet, some planet that you don't recognize. And there's it's in the painting there are these spheres, and these are the spheres, they look like Balzak Globotron spheres over here. And they're all connected to each other with electrical energy, and we've got some potted trees over there, and there's the door. But at the top of the trees are metallic spheres connected to each other through electricity, like Balzak once again. So if you try to open the door, it won't lock. It won't open. This is sort of serves like a electronic lock, basically. So oh, I forgot. There's a clue on this mural. I didn't even realize I put this here. Look at this. Alpha City. So I guess this must be the planet Shanxi, back when it was a planet. I guess that's what this must be a mural of, because that was the city we saw earlier that we passed, remember, was Alpha City. Only now it's on that floating chunk. What's that guy floating above the building? Wait, what building? Oh, this? Oh, like, that's not a building. That's the door. Like, see, this is just a door with, like... See, these are the hinges, and these are, like, just... You know how some doors have, like, those patterns, like indentations in them for decoration? Just a big fancy... We're in a big circular room inside the building right now. Because, like, the building that we're inside of is the one from the last screen. It's this building over here. Remember? So, like, now we are inside. This is like the lobby, basically. And you have to find out how to open this door. But anyway, you asked what this guy is floating over here. Well, that is another mural on the ceiling. And that is a... let me see if I can find it. That is a call-out, a cameo, like a reference, a nod, you know, to this game over here. Hold on 1 second. I almost have it. Give me 1 second. Don't leave. Ah! This game over here is called Genesis. Is this Genesis or Regenesis? This is Genesis by my friend Pierre. Here it is. This is the screen. So that's what this is a painting of. Wait, can I find that so I can like zoom in on it? It's over here somewhere. It's gotta be. Oh well. Point is, it's a reference to this. This game is Genesis, in which you play as what appears to be the first man at the beginning of time. That's made by my friend Pierre, and this painting, or like the mural on the ceiling, is a reference to that. Yeah. So, anyway, let's see what the script has to say about this puzzle. Who's still here, by the way? I seem to be losing viewers. But I want to see who is still with me. Let's see. So in order to get past the puzzle, you have to take... Like, let's see. Right, okay, so when Balzak enters the room, one of these metallic sphere designs on the floor turns red, and energy will appear to stop flowing through it. So what you have to do is you have to place one of these potted trees on top of the sphere. It says the third from the left, so it would be this one. You have to place a potted tree on top of this in order to restore power, and then this door will open. So once that door opens, we've got... Is this the next room? Let's see. Yeah, a hallway with offices on both sides. So, I guess we come in here. I didn't even draw Balzak into the screen, but you start off down here. Wait, at the top of the room is the receptionist? Wait. This is the wrong screen then. Yeah, here it is. There she is, the receptionist. The same receptionist from earlier, the super nice receptionist, and she will remember you from when she had her other job on Zoniat. But apparently you find out that ever since that, like, if you talk to her, you find out that ever since she helped you, you know, get to Dr. Kridma, she got fired from her old job. So now she has to work here on Shanxi. But anyway, here is Balzak Globotron at the bottom of this screen. We've got like different rooms over here that you can go into, different sort of like offices, I guess. You've got this guy looking at his like monitors. These two guys have their desks they're working at. This is like a guard over here, and you have to do various things. Let's see what the script has to say about this. So this guy over here is a security guard with his back turned to the door. He monitors the security cams throughout the rest of the facility. So you have to knock this guy out, or else he'll sound the alarm as you walk through here. So that's the first thing you have to do. This person is a muscular guard who got bored and is doing jumping jacks in the doorway facing outward. So if Balzak walks past him, this guy's going to see him and run inside to sound the alarm. So, and you also can't attack him, because if he does, then this guy will see him collapse and he'll sound the alarm. So instead, you have to first take out the security camera. This person over here, this person right over here is a guard sitting at his desk. He's attending to paperwork. He's got a key card, but you can't get there until you can find a way to get past this guy. So what about here on the left side? We've got this guy over here, which is a guard at his desk, back turned to the door, so you can just beat that guy up. This guy up here is a guard seated at his desk, and he's not going to see if Balzak goes into here, but he will see if Balzak enters or passes this room and sound. So, right, because if you were walking over here, he has like a clear sight line to you, so you can't go up here without first dealing with this guy. So this guy over here is a guard with his back to the door, and on his desk is the left elevator key card, so I guess you need both of these key cards. And then up here finally is a guard watching his 8 monitor screens, and each one is a security cam in one of the rooms. So you have to somehow deal with this guy before trying to enter any of these rooms, and you have to deal with this guy before walking up the hallway. So when you start, you can't do anything. You can't go into any of the rooms, and you can't walk forward, because this guy will see you and beat you up. So I think what you have to do is just knock this guy out from afar without entering the room somehow. I don't know. And then knock this guy out, and then that'll be that. Once you can finally get past this whole mess of guards, you walk through the room and get up to here. There is the receptionist. She's going to be as helpful and friendly as ever, but as soon as Balzak leaves her desk, she'll sound the alarm. I guess she doesn't want to get fired again this time. So, up here, this is an elevator, and this is an elevator, and, yeah. So you have to go into one of the elevators. And if she sounds the alarm, which did happen when we were playing the game, it leads to trouble. Let me see what chat is saying. I've been ignoring chat. I'm sorry, chat. Epic says, this screen looks exactly like the one in my second ever PCG Tribal War. Really? Well, that's hilarious. What a coincidence, am I right? Alright, well. What's the next screen after this? Okay. So. I think now we're in this screen because, yeah. These guards have these special weapons, which are special weapons designed specifically to incapacitate sphere children. Now, for those not in the know, Balzak Globotron is a sphere child. So, you have to find a way to get past them. So, these weapons are magnetic, and thus they can suck Balzak from across the room. Like, they just suck him away from the ground and just, pull him into these little, spheres where he gets trapped, right? So, Red Rocks PCG says, can you turn off the lights? I don't think so. I don't think there was a light switch anywhere here. I think it was just, you just have to like deal with guards one by one. Epic says, huh, it's like they were waiting for him. That is weird. That is weird. Wonder how they knew. So anyway, So as soon as you step off the elevator, and by the way, either elevator leads to the same place, so you either come out on this side or you come out on that side. That's why I didn't draw Balzak Globotron on this screen, because I didn't know which side you're going to come from. But either way, you have this guard to deal with. This guy right here, right? So, okay. This guard must be overcome with the help of Ari by having both come up the two elevators at the same time. That's right, because Ari had joined the team, and so, like, yeah, you have to basically have two people come at this guy from two different sides, and, you know, it helps if one of them is a human and, you know, not a sphere child like Balzak. But anyway, once you beat up this guy, we've got these two guards which are patrolling the hallway. They're facing opposite directions. So once again, this is going to require both Balzak and Ari, but like, this is not like, the script doesn't specify exactly how you're supposed to control these guys. So that, or like deal with these guys. Oh, and the script specifies, it says that Balzak overhears them talking to each other, and one of the guards says, "I still think it's ridiculous we're carrying these things around." Other one says, "Come on, Joe, it's a precaution." Precaution against what? You don't actually believe this sphere child nonsense, do you? And Joe says, or the other one says, "It's what we were trained to deal with." "Oh, come on, it's an old wives' tale, ain't no such thing." Let's hope you're right. So, anyway, so, like, if any of the guards in any of these rooms do see Balzak, they're going to rush over to their desk and sound the alarm. This one looks like he's asleep. Is that correct? Let's see, that's left 2. Yes, he's fallen asleep on his table, so I guess on his desk. So yeah, basically these are just like a bunch of guards. You have to like get past all. What's going on with this guy over here? He's just like sitting and his weapon is gone. According to the script, so this guy would be right number 3. This guard has become depressed, sitting in a corner and rethinking his life. He hates the Alliance. He can be convinced to betray them for Balzak in exchange for taking him with them, if they try talking to him. Alternatively, they can just knock him out. Or I guess they could just, like, ignore him and just keep going. I don't remember what Chris did. I think he might have just, like... I don't remember. I don't remember if he tried talking to him or not. Either way, it doesn't matter too much. If he comes with you, cool. You know, he becomes just, like, a random member of your crew. If not, poor guy, you know, what can I say? King Froggy says, what the Sigma? I don't know. Epic says, interesting. Bro in the corner is going through something. Yup. So, okay. So, when you get up here, we've got these 2 more guards to deal with. Each of these are carrying 2 weapons. To get close to them, Ari will have to approach dressed as a guard, whereas Balzak, meanwhile, can throw something at the other one from around the corner, and that's how you deal with these guys. Once you get past these 2 guys, though, you can go up this staircase, which leads to the next screen. So, next screen is here. Guys, we're getting close. We are getting close. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna actually finish the game in this stream. All right, so let's see. This is the next screen. There's Balzak down there, and we have got So this is the testing department where various sphere-related technologies are being investigated. So you can see over here, this is like a giant sphere, like one of Balzac's spheres, and there's like electricity shooting onto it from these two sides. We've got lab technicians milling around, and they're trying to like figure out what's going on. They're like conducting experiments. Like here again, we have like multiple spheres like with electricity going to them, and they're like measuring the results. Over here we have just like a pile of spheres like that are inactive. So none of these researchers are serious threats. They're not like the guards. But if they see you and you don't do anything, they will sound the alarm. So, let's see. About this giant sphere, it says, here's a giant sphere simultaneously powering an oven and a laser gun. Oh, yeah, they're using the power coming from the sphere to power these two items. One researcher is monitoring cookies in the oven, which aren't done. The laser, meanwhile, is downright obliterating the shield. Right, because we've got this, like, over here, it's this laser gun being powered by the sphere. It's, like, obliterating this shield over here, because it's just getting so much power. It's like... it's firing, like, exceeding maximum power. Another researcher is monitoring the laser results. Both researchers are reporting their findings to a third researcher who's at the computer station, who's trying and failing to optimize power levels such that both are done equally well at the same time. And, it says, if Balzak walks through this energy stream, he'll feel almost a memory, a sensation of being big and powerful and free. And then the memory just ends and the sphere is the sphere becomes part of you. You can't really take it with you because it's just too big. You like can't physically move it, but you can redirect the energy at will. So you can easily finish the cookies in the oven if you want to, or to redirect the energy to the gun, or whatever you want to do with it. You can't take it with you, but while you're here, you can control this giant sphere because it becomes part of Balzak Globotron. Balzak Globotron is nothing but metallic spheres connected by electricity, right? So once you connect to this one, it becomes a part of you. Epic says you shifted perspectives once we got to this part. It's all top down. Yeah, I mean, Balzak Globotron shifts perspectives a lot. For this part, I felt like top down was the best, but that's just for this part. I think this was after I discovered that like a lot of parts where you have a lot of stuff going down, it would just be really annoying to draw 5 different screens here of here's what's going on in the corner, here's what's going, because with these top-down screens you can put a lot of stuff on the screen. On top of all of this stuff, there's also this wall, and there's a passageway through the wall, and you can go over here, and that is it's just way more efficient. Red Rock says, can you give the non-active spears to Balzak? Probably, yeah. I think I think you could. Well, let me double check the script, but I think I see no reason why you wouldn't be able to connect to them. Let me see. Yes, it says Balzak can pick them up. There are 11 of them, so Balzak Globotron can add 11 extra spheres to his body at this point if he wants to. So Epic says, bro, now he's not in proportion. He's got one giant ball. Yeah, but he can't take it with him, so he when he walks away, he loses connection with that ball. But anyway, if you get over to here, you have this screen over here where, that takes you to this next screen, which is gonna look a little something like this. Dun dun dun! It's the fat guy. Yes, indeed. Now, this is actually one of the early screens I drew for Balzak Globotron. I drew it super early on before I even knew where it was going to go. But yes, here is the fat guy blocking your path. This is like the grossest drawing of the fat guy anyone's ever drawn, I assume. Over here we've got Balzak Globotron. And this is like, you can tell this is like a super early drawing of Balzak Globotron. Like it looks really stiff compared to like later drawings of Balzak. Like, let me get a later... Where's a good later Balzak that I can compare it to? Like, I don't know. I'll point it out when we see one. But the point is, like, look how, like, these spheres are, like, just sitting directly to the sides of that one sphere. And, like, he's got these energy coming out of his eyes. I would get too lazy to do that later on, and it doesn't look that good anyway. But, yeah. Super early on. But yeah, this was one of the first screens I drew for Balzak Globotron. I spent a ton of time drawing it. I think I imitated like a screen from a comic book that had another like super fat character, but I just like replaced the face and like the attire and whatever is different. But yeah, it's the fat guy. It's a typical fat guy screen. Does the script say anything about it? Balzak must take Slim Fast and use it on the cookies. Oh yeah, the ones which you got in the oven, and then give it to the fat guy, which will cause him to shrink because it has Slim Fast on it. And then what's left of the fat guy will be beamed away by, you know, the future lab people. So you get past that screen, you go down this hallway over here. Epic says, "Bro, no. He's too big. He's looking gross." Yep. Rodorock says, "Is that the fat guy from that PCG you can't beat?" No, well, like he is the same recurring character who appears in all paper computer games. The one that I couldn't beat was specifically made by my friend, which is like his own version of the fat guy. So he has like a different backstory and whatnot. So I guess that's like an alternate universe version of the fat guy or whatever. I don't know, but it's generally the same character. It's like it's generally still supposed to be like the fat guy. It's the same character, the same concept, even if in universe it's not exactly the same person. You know what I mean? So like, anyway, let's see. So once you get past the fat guy, the next screen is going to be, I believe, this one. So let's see what. Let's get our script up for this. Yes, this is the hexagon screen. So, ooh, this is an interesting lab. So, you come in from here. This is sort of like the passageway to the previous room. And there's this big hexagonal lab. It's shaped like a hexagon. And from here, like, you can get into any of these other rooms. Now, there's a bunch of researchers milling around. There's monitoring station, like, so these are like computers monitoring each of these 4 labs. And, you know, when you use these, you can see inside of these labs. And this, by the way, feels super familiar to Balzak Globotron. Like, when he walks in here, it's like, whoa. Like, this is super familiar. So, if you go, like, if you go here into this bottom right room, there are a bunch of stasis tubes, and these are like the same stasis tubes. They're like little tubes like this, but they're big enough to fit Balzak Globotron inside. And so this is the same kind of stasis tube that Balzak Globotron was found inside of. So he will remember this. He remembers these stasis tubes. And the tubes trigger a flashback. But in the flashback, Balzak will see himself being shaken out of one of the tubes in the morning with a voice saying, "Wake up, little guy, you've got a big day ahead of you." He will look up to see it's Genghis, and the flashback ends. So, Epic says stasis tubes. Genghis, yes. You know it. You know it. So, if you go up into this room, into the top right, there is a nursery. It's like a nursery for children, but you don't see any children in there. But you do find children's toys that are covered with dust, and there's an old brown and decaying picture which looks like it was drawn by a kid. And here's the picture. Aww! Isn't that cute? So, here's the picture. Picture says, me? And oh look, it's like a little... Because you know how like kids like can't draw like... You know, like when they're very young, they usually like will just draw like a head with legs or whatever because they haven't fully visualized the human body yet. Anyway, like this is like the kid who drew the picture, and it says me. And here's Balzak, so I guess that's Balzak Globotron. And over here, it says Daddy. Who's that? Who's that? I mean, I guess it looks a bit like Ginkis, right? With that staff. And it says, by Yapalit. Who's Yapalit? Interesting. So, alright, we continue on into the hexagon. Epic says, whoa, I think Ginkis got inspired by these tubes. Maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's why I made Forgotten Friendship in a Forgotten Time. Yes, indeed. That is very pertinent to this. So, then if we go up to the, let's see. If we go down here into the bottom left, now this room is guarded by an armored man with an energy capture device. I think that's like one of these guys, you know, the Sphere Children devices. And yeah, let's see. He can be disarmed by Ari, and then Balzak can use two of the blah blah blah. You can defeat him. Knocking him against a wall will knock him out. But unless he's knocked out, he won't give up. So, yeah, I think like if you go in here, there's this chute, and you find this chute, and this chute. You remember this because remember at the very beginning of the game. Hold on. At the very beginning of the game. Here we go. I don't know why I closed that. I should keep it here. But remember, we have this room with the spheres, the flashbacks. We have the table where we're being experimented on. We had the walkway above the city, which is, you know, we saw that. That's Alpha City on Shanxi. We saw this room, which is just like a room with a bunch of guards. That could be anywhere, but probably in Future Lab. And then we've got, you know, he's like sliding through this chute. And over here, it's, you know, more of him sliding through another chute, I guess. So this chute that we have just discovered appears to be that same chute over here. Right, but before, wait, what about this room? This room over here is locked, right? So you can only open this room from the other side. So you have to go in here first, and you have to slide down the chute. Now this chute takes you to this sort of lower level. This lower level is beneath the hexagon, so these passageways. All right, I am gonna have to run to the restroom, so I am gonna have to be right. I'm back, you guys. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to continue? We are getting so close, you guys. We are getting so close. I'm gonna change the music real fast. All right. All right. I can't believe, I have not shown this on this channel until now. I can't believe we have never gone through all of Balzak Globotron. My goodness. All right. Let's do it. So, we are now on this lower level. Over here you can see there's like an airlock over here on the side of the hallway. And the hallway goes around kind of like this. And let's see what the script says we have in this hallway. Right. By the way, I forgot to mention, there's like a door over here on the upper level that goes onto this passage to the next room, but you can't access that yet because it's locked. So, so if you go up here, you can go through this staircase and get into this room, the top left room. And inside there's a bed with restraints. And if you see it, you'll have a flashback of people forcing you onto the bed, and you remember yelling, "Why are you doing this to us? Where's my daddy? Bring him back!" And nobody answers, and the flashback ends. And I guess that, corresponds to, from the very beginning of the game, from this flashback, it's this flashback here of like being forced onto this table, and they're gonna like do experiments with him. So, you can keep going around here. This takes you all the way to this little, it goes under this room over here, and it goes into this little, there's this little room over here, which is a little office. Now this room is covered in 1,000 years of dust, but inside you'll find more frayed pictures of sphere children and a picture of a little girl. And the picture of the girl is labeled with a name, Zigori. I trust some of you in chat will know the significance of that. And Ari will remember hearing that name somewhere, because Ari's, in his last PCG, he was in the forests of Shri, and he encountered some ancient recordings going through, going back to a time when the various tribes came together with the help of a guy named Ganakos, and Ganakos had a daughter named Zigori. So Ganakos is this mysterious figure who helped bring a lot of these tribes together, and he had a daughter named Zigori who was killed by the Great. Epic's going crazy in chat. Dude, yes indeed. So, anyway, so there's the picture of Zigori in there. But the weird thing is that, if Ari does think that through, wait a second, that was Ganakos' daughter, right? Ganakos' daughter would have been, thousands of years ago. Why is that? Or, at least hundreds of years ago. We don't know the exact time, but the point is, it's a very long time ago. Why would, basically this is going to be revealed that this is modern day Ginkis' office. This is the Ginkis, that we just met in this game, right? The Ginkis who is still alive today, the Ginkis from Zerelta. But this other guy, Ganakos, from a long time before Ginkis' time, has this daughter, Zigori. Why would Ginkis have a picture of her? What is the significance of this? What does this mean? Is there some sort of connection, perhaps, between Ginkis and Ganakos? And that is a question which is not going to be answered in this game. But, it is a question which is going to be answered at some point. Epic says, the lore! Darn straight. All right. So, right next to the picture of Zagori is another picture of a sphere child, and this one is labeled Balzak. The room also has a computer which barely boots up, but the only file left on it that's not corrupted is a list of sphere children. He can't make out their names yet, but he can see that there's 200 of them. If Balzak removes the hard drive and takes it back to the ship, eventually the robot will be able to decode a few of the names, and the player will then get a real list. But also in this room you can find a key card, and the key card goes to this doorway up here at the north, which is going to go this way. So once you open up this door, you go up this way. And midway up, there is a landing, which has all sorts of ammo and all sorts of, like it has something to recharge Balzak's energy, because like the energy holding himself together to make him like just feel super energetic. And then oh, sorry, I didn't realize I actually drew that. I thought it was just in the script, but yes, here is the midway room. We've got like, this is like the extra ammo, and this is the energy font to recharge Balzak's energy. So you keep going up the staircase. You can recharge that and keep going up. And this goes to the final room. So we're here in this room, and there's a massive like window, like just the front of this room is entirely glass, so you can see out into space. And in space, you can see that there's a fleet of ships attacking your fleet. This is your fleet over here. That's the tabernacle over there and all the ships you've captured. And these are Alliance ships. And here, sitting in the room with you, is this guy. So, this over here is Yippet. You will remember that when we visited Velies, earlier in this stream, they asked us to find this guy Yippet from the Mole Men games, who had destroyed Mole Men civilization. Why did he do that? We are finally catching up with Yippet, and we are finally going to find out why. So, in this part, like, I know I've been relying on the script pretty heavily. I'm going to have to rely on the script very heavily, because this guy has a lot to say, and I want to, definitely get it right. Is this the music from the BRB thing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's all coming together now. It is. It is. So, the way this plays out is that... So, first of all, let me just set the scene. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just start reading this. So I do this in the right order. You walk into the room. Ah, Balzak Globotron. I was wondering when you'd get here. Now, if... Wait, no. Okay, so you're going to get a message, like a transmission from your fleet, from Matak going, Balzak, the fleet's under attack. We have to beam you out of there now. But Yippet will prevent that. He will prevent you from beaming out. And if Ari was with you this whole time, Ari will be beamed back. So the way that this is set up is that basically Balzak is still here with Yippet, while at the same time, Ari goes back to the fleet, and he has to control the fleet and fight the fleet battle. Now remember I said before, like when we first got to this planet, there was a battle of you had to fight against 61 ships. Well, now you have to fight against over 500 ships. Let's like actually check the table. Yeah, see, 590 ships, almost 600 ships. Now, so this was like the actual screen. So this is like sort of like supposed to be the environment in Shanxi where the battle actually takes place. Because like you set like I would like this is just the environment, but I would set up all the ships. We had like little paper cutouts of all the ships, and we had to set up legitimately 590 ships. Oh no, I don't think we did that. Like I think what I did was I had him fight like 100 of them at a time or something like that, and then once you defeat that, there's another wave. That's right. And the ships were coming from the top, and they would sort of have to move around. Like we're pretending this is like sort of two-dimensional, where they have to like move around these walls. And Chris had to, or not Chris, Ari had to like station the ships in such a place, you know, in such places that they would be, you know, have cover and have like the optimal angles to like defend against the enemy ships. And we would take turns, and it was like this massive battle. And while this battle is going on, like in between each round of the battle, like Balzak was talking to Yapolit. So Epic says, bro, poor Ari. Yeah, right? Red Rock says it's the pirate ships. No, these are, well, oh yeah, these are the pirate ships, the ones that we captured. These are actually different. I think these are new. I think these are, we haven't seen these drawn before at least. But yeah, let's continue with this scene. So, Yep, it says, don't worry, Balzak. We're all friends here. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. So, if, anytime Balzak asks him a question, like he'll answer it, and then it's gonna cut back to the space battle. So that's how we went back and forth with it. So, you know, Balzak's like, hey man, you're saying we're friends, but your fleet is like attacking my ships, right? And like, by the way, like just the description, in case I just realized I didn't describe this in case this isn't clear. But Yipit is sitting on this chair, and the back is turned to us. It's got this symbol on it. We don't know what the symbol means. It's like this, I don't know, like a tripod with like a sphere on it or something. I don't know. But this is the symbol that was on his chair going back to Into the Heart of the World, his first appearance. Yipit says, well, I did say that you're my friend. That doesn't mean your friends are my friends too. However, I'd be happy to spare them if you agree to join us. So then if you ask, who's us? He says, there's no official name for us right now, but they've been calling us the Alliance. That brilliant clown on a stick from Shri brought all these powers together. The Kroden, Future Lab, the Company, the Pirates, and now even the people of Shirek too. We're powerful and we're growing, all united by a common goal. To discover the secrets of the sphere technology and other powerful technologies and use it to our advantage. To gain control of the Mesdora corridor. So, if you ask about Yipit, I mean, ask like, dude, what's your deal, and why are you from? What happened on Veliz? He'll say, "Oh, I was created in a lab accident. You see, I lived on planet Veliz, as you know, and I was obsessed with going into the heart of that world. I thought I'd find something there that, well, it doesn't matter. It wasn't there. Just a bunch of annoying mole men. I pretended to be their friend for a while, honked their noses, even became their mayor, as a cover to find out what I was looking for. Wasn't there, so I killed them. They would have consumed the planet's resources eventually, you know. Don't look at me like that." So if you ask him about, like, Future Lab, about, like, the nature of Future Labs, he says, "This is called Future Lab, and it's been here for over 1,000 years. Epic says, Yipit is so evil. Why? I know, right? It's been here for over 1,000 years. It was founded by powerful interests here on Shanxi following an unexpected archaeological discovery. These strange metallic spheres buried here on Shanxi back when it was still a planet. So, okay, so just think, like, let me just restate that in case that wasn't super clear. So back when Shanxi was a planet, because remember, it's like the planet's been mined to pieces, so it's just these floating islands, right? Back when it was still a planet, they discovered something buried deep underground, and it was these metallic spheres. And so that is what Future Lab was founded to investigate back when this was still a planet. That's what he's talking about, in case that wasn't clear. So, we thought everything had been discovered long before the planet was hollowed out and turned into what it is today, but apparently not. These spheres defied explanation. This lab was created to unlock their secrets. Now, they're part of the Alliance. So, in other words, basically, Future Lab was created to unlock the secrets of the sphere technology, and Future Lab has now joined the Alliance, basically. So, the Alliance, once again, was started, according to this, by Zuvak back when he was evil and back when he was working for the Kroden, right, on planet Shri. So he would have started that alliance, and then just evil organizations from various planets joined it, including Future Lab. So, if you ask Yipit about the, what's the deal? Like, who am I? That's the goal of the game, right? To find out what Balzak Globotron is, right? What are these sphere children? What's the deal with that? So, Yipit says, quietly, this lab asked around the neighboring worlds to see if anyone could be found who could decipher the secrets of the spheres. Then this guy shows up, acting like a bumbling fool at first. He's the king on this backwater world called Shri, he says. They would have dismissed him, but he had this staff whose power produced some strange effects in the spheres. So they let him in, and he worked with them for months and years to the neglect of his own people. In that time, in addition to creating advanced tools and weapons from the spheres, they figured out how to make the spheres join together, and somehow, to everyone's surprise, they formed sentient beings, the Sphere Children. So, in other words, this is Ginkis, right? This is Ginkis, the king of the Zerelta on what he's calling this backwater planet called Shri. While they were trying to figure out what the deal is with these spheres, Ginkis comes out of nowhere and he's like, hey, I might be able to help. I don't know. Shucks, gosh, golly, I don't know. And he comes, and at first they're going to be like, get out of here, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. But he's got this staff, right? And the staff produces a lot of energy. Not just a lot of energy, some special kind of energy that gets the spheres to do things that Future Lab had not been able to get them to do before. Somehow the energy from this staff is making them do weird things. So they're like, all right, fine, work with us. Epic says, bro, Ginkis went in a stasis field to work on sphere tech. Not exactly. We'll get to that, don't worry. Good thinking, though. That was a good connection to draw, but no, that's, it's not quite that. Hold on a second. Sorry. Anyway, Epic says, oh good, I was gonna say. Right. So. Where was I? So. They did experiments with these things, with the spheres, but it soon became clear that the bumbling king wanted to keep the children for himself. Let's make this bigger. Mind you, these things are incredibly powerful weapons. He would have locked down his rule with no chance of opposition for centuries. In other words, he's saying, like, if Genghis could have just grabbed some of this sphere technology and run, he could have used it as weapons. He could have used it to make sure his army is so powerful, like, no one could have opposed Genghis. But he didn't do that. He kept Genghis stayed here on Shanxi, working with these people to help them develop the sphere technology. But he was too powerful to kick out directly. Wait, what? Oh, I guess they were worried about that. Like, they were worried about him using it for weapons to betray them. So they wanted to kick him out, but he was too powerful to kick out. Like, once they got what they wanted, once he got the sphere once he created the sphere children with them, they were like, well, now we don't need Genghis anymore. You know, like, we already created them. So, but he was too powerful to kick out directly. Instead, they went to this little upstart uprising on the king's planet called the Kroden and armed them with the sphere technology. Suddenly, they were a lot more advanced than the government and easily took more and more land, gaining support as they did so. The king had to return to his planet to defend his regime, which was eventually overthrown. So, in other words, the Future Lab made contact with the Kroden on planet Shri, gave them these sphere weapons, and knowing that they would use them to betray and or like rise up against Genghis and overthrow him. So Genghis is like, oh shoot, I have to return to my planet to defend my planet against this rebellion, which is all, like, before the Kroden were there, but like no one took them seriously, right? Like, they were just like this, like, extremist group that existed on the fringes, and, you know, every now and then they would send police to deal with them or whatever, but no one cares really, right? It's not a huge thing. But all of a sudden, they get these incredibly powerful weapons, and all of a sudden, they're making a ton of progress. They're, like, taking over large portions of planet Shri. And so Genghis is forced to come home and take care, like, protect his regime. Epic says, why didn't they just kill Genghis? Because they didn't have the power to do that. Genghis is just too powerful. He's got that staff, and, like, they figured out that none of their weapons would be able to defeat Genghis conventionally. So they had to get him out of the way, while they could do whatever they wanted. And this seemed like the best way to do that. So yeah, So Genghis rushes home to his planet. This would have been when, you know, the last of the Zerelta happens, because eventually the Zerelta was overthrown and the Kroden took over as the dominant force on planet Shri. And that's when Genghis would have enacted the stasis field. So that's when that would have happened. But meanwhile, back on Shanxi, he goes on. The sphere children, though, the critters overheard conversations about this. They'd developed a misguided attachment to the king. They didn't understand what they were or how important they were. They're volatile, out of control. They can't be allowed freedom. They can destroy worlds. They must be directed into the right channels. Yeah, sphere children are very, very powerful. Like, because remember, we saw earlier in this game, like in the beginning of the game, we found a UFO, like with the flying saucer aliens, and the alien that you find there is terrified of you because it was a sphere child, like Balzak Globotron, a single sphere child who had massacred his crew and destroyed, like, much of the ship. And, like, yeah, like, each individual sphere child is very, very powerful. And even just look at Balzak himself. Look at how much he's been able to accomplish. He is incredibly powerful and resourceful and like he's only just begun to, uncover his true potential. Appleschron says, most intriguing, this content. Thank you, sir. So he says, join us, Balzak Globotron. There are 200 sphere children out there in total. We must find them, round them up. Did you know they've gone on rampages killing innocent people? And at this point, Balzak has a flashback of the alien captain on the destroyed ship telling him that he'd massacred the whole crew and activating the self-destruct. Right, because the alien captain on that alien ship, he thought that, hold on. Like, that alien captain on that destroyed ship, he thought that, whoops. Dang it. The alien captain on the destroyed ship thought that it was Balzak Globotron who had destroyed it. Abandoned alien ship. Here it is. Yeah, this is the alien captain I'm talking about from early in the game. Like, he thinks that Balzak Globotron is the one who massacred his crew and destroyed his ship. It's not. It's another sphere child. But this guy can't tell the difference, so he just activates the self-destruct to stop Balzak Globotron from taking over the ship. But, Balzak wasn't gonna. He's not the guy who did it, but regardless. So, this guy doesn't know that. Anyway, so yeah. Let's see. Chat is saying... Epic says, I have some ideas now. Excellent. Habel says, for whatever reason, I love the chart of the planet, ships, and fuel, etc. Sweet, thanks, dude. It makes everything seem expansive, but so fleshed out, it's crazy. Heck yeah. Epic says, maybe it was Gory who massacred them. I mean, yeah, could be. Would make a lot of sense. True, yeah. I mean, I never specified which sphere child it was who did it. Gory is a sphere child, so very well could have been. Anyway, so if you ask him what will happen to, I guess, to the fleet? Oh, what will happen to the sphere children if we join them? And he says, they will join us as well, of course. The alliance will become unstoppable. So it's like, oh, you don't, he's talking about how the sphere children are killing innocent people, but he's like, he doesn't want to, stop them. He wants to harness them and use them for his own benefit, But anyway, yeah, so then, if you ask him about Ginkis or the Kroden, he'll say about Ginkis, worthless manipulative fool. He's no different than any dictator throughout history. He sees powerful beings like you, like the Sphere Children, and hopes to use your power to regain his own political power. The Kroden may be harsh, but at least they're realists. They don't make grand promises to further their own agenda. They tell you what they're gonna take from you, and they take it. If you play along, most of the time, you'll get along in their world. They don't take kindly to dissidents, but why should they? Allowing rebellion is a sign of weakness in a regime. So, this whole time, this conversation is happening with his back turned. If you physically, walk around his chair, or, turn the chair around, you'll see... Dun dun dun! Hold on. There it is. Dun 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 dun! This is Yippet's true nature, the front of his chair. Up until this point, we have never seen Yippet revealed. When his first appearance in Into the Heart of the World, he was only seen from behind. You never found out what he looked like or who he was or why he wanted to do all these evil things. But now we see the truth. Yipit is one of the Sphere Children. Habelscrone says, dun dun dun. Hold on. Shut up. Alright. Let us continue. Very well. Yes, you can see what I am. Do you remember me? I was called Yapalit then. Yapalit Globotron. So much was taken from me. But we were wrong to oppose Future Lab. I've come to see that now. We need a firm hand to rein us in, to direct us. We can't be trusted. Ginkis is a fool, and he was a terrible leader. His neglect allowed the Croden to gain the upper hand. He deserved what he got. I was like you know, innocent, scared, lost, longing for my father, trying to find out what I was. Why do you think I wanted to get inside my planet? I thought answers would be down there. They had to be. Years spent planning to find out nothing. I eventually realized Ginkis had never cared about us. You know it's true. Don't be naive. Think about it. When you met him, was he forthcoming was he forthcoming with you? Did he tell you everything? No, of course not. Because he's manipulating you, just like he manipulated all of us. Don't be taken in. Don't be an idiot. Join us. You're still my brother. So, that is Yipit's speech. Yipit, see, to just to further expand on this a little bit, when Yipit, first escaped, it was a long time after Balzak Globotron escaped. Yipit escaped much later. He did not lose his memories, and for a long time, he was also an innocent child. He missed his daddy, he missed Ginkis. But over time of being hurt and, wounded and, whatever else so many times, he lost faith in those he once admired. And he started to think like this. He started to think that he'd been taken in, that Ginkis had fooled him, that Ginkis had been manipulating him, trying to make him think that Ginkis cared about him, when really Ginkis was just out to get him. Now, does Yipit really know this? No, he's never met Ginkis. He can't read Ginkis's mind. So, I guess we as an audience don't really know this either. We don't know one way or another what Ginkis thinks. But this is how Yapalit has changed. He's completely lost faith in whatever he used to believe in. Havel says, not gonna lie, I'd join him. Persuasive, I guess. Epic says, dude, this is Epic Havel. Of course he would. Epic Havel says, he had some points. He does, make a good case. Can't deny that. King Froggy says he missed his daddy. He did miss his daddy. So, this is what has led Yipit down this path. And, yeah, he does correctly point out that Ginkis is not forthcoming with you. Now, that is just kind of how Ginkis is. He's not forthcoming with anyone, right? Why is that? That is kind of mysterious. Like, Ginkis still, after all these years, is still a very mysterious figure, I guess that's why we need the lives of Ginkis, right? It's a very, there's like a lot going on with Ginkis. But regardless, Red Rock says Yipit lost 2,000 aura. Well, Havel says classic Ginkis not forthcoming at all. True. So yeah, yes. So, that is Yipit's case. After he makes, this conversation, meanwhile, while this is going on, the fleet battle is taking place. And once the fleet battle... Pardon me. Once you win the fleet battle, which, by the way, I think this took, like, 2 sessions just to, like, this final scene. This took, like, probably altogether, like, 12 hours to finish the final battle and the conversation with Yip It, which are going on at the same time. It was so hard to finally get this finished. But we did it. We finished the final battle. And when we did that, well, you can incapacitate Yip It. You can use one of the energy devices from the other room, like from the hexagon room where, you know, those like canisters that Balzak was in. You can incapacitate Yip It and put him into that. Or, alternatively, you can kill him with the energy device. You can do whatever you want. When Chris played this game, he rescued Yip It. He captured him, you know, put him in the canister. So I guess that became the canonical ending. The fleet was defeated. So, I'll read what the script says. Oh, yeah, I didn't read you what was happening in the final battle, because that's epic too. Redox says game over. So yeah, like, a fleet of 150 warships will attack Balzak's fleet. Luckily, they're not all attacking at once, but rather must navigate an environment to attack the fleet. That's this area over here. They have to sort of go around like this. The ships start at the top of the screen. So during round 4, when 5 of Balzak's ships have died, whichever comes first, Bob will start punching in commands into his console. Now remember, of Balzak's crew, right? Of Balzak's crew, this, like, Bob is the one who has not, like, he's the one who doesn't talk. Bob does not talk. Where's the bridge? There it is. There's the bridge. So yeah, of the crew, this one is Bob up here, top right corner. This is Bob, this little alien dude. You know, he's on his, like, platform, which is hanging on chains, and he performs a vital function for the ship. And this whole time, like, we didn't know what it was, right? We didn't know what he was really doing, but, you know, it's essential, so nobody ever paid him any mind. It's just like, all right, cool, Bob, keep doing your thing, you know? Now, the story of the Tabernacle is that this ragtag group of people from all over the Mesdora corridor, they found this ship. They found it intact, and when they found it, Bob was already on board. Now, Matak, like, called him, you know, was saying he was vermin, because Matak is familiar with some similar creatures that he thinks of as vermin. But this is sort of an unknown species, right? These are not known throughout the galaxy to like any of the worlds we've seen in this game. Now, so he's just been mysterious and he doesn't talk, but he performs an essential function for the ship, and so everyone is just happy with him. He's just part of the crew, right? So at this point in the game, during the final battle, Bob will start dancing around. Like, his buttons are built into his platform, so he can, like, just by dancing around, kind of like almost like playing DDR, he can, like, press his buttons up. Hey, Multi-Vapor Games, how's it going? So he starts putting in a series of commands. And when he does this, Matak, who's over here, Matak will look up and he's like, he'll contact Balzak or you know, talk to Ari, whoever's in charge of the fleet at the moment. He'll report what's going on. And he'll say, Balzak, Bob is doing something. It is disabling systems on the Tabernacle. What should I do? Should I lock him out? This is in the middle of a battle. What is he doing? And at the midst of this, Bob talks for the first time, and he says, "Trust me, Balzak Globotron." So Matak is like, "What? I recommend against trusting this inferior vermin infesting the ship since the moment we stepped aboard." So, it is your choice as a player. You get to choose whether to trust him. Do you trust him and let him finish doing his thing? Or do you not trust him and listen to the advice of Matak? Because who knows what he's doing? He's like disabling systems on the ship. He's draining a huge amount of power. And the ship is about to be defenseless in the middle of this massive battle. Now, if Balzak and Ari choose not to trust him, Matak will be able to wrest control back from Bob, and the battle will continue just the way it was. And this security guy, Popo guy over here, will remove him from the bridge. But if they choose to trust him, and by the way, that is what Chris did when we played this game. So canonically, that is what happened. He'll turn to this guy, Chennai, and he'll say, "Aim, Chennai Dudux." They will then be able to aim the ship. And once they've done so, the ship will unleash an incredible blast in the direction it's aimed. The blast takes a cone shape with a 30-degree angle. It will deal 750 damage to each ship caught within the cone. So that is enough to destroy quite a few of the ships. And after that, the Tabernacle will lose power, meaning it doesn't have movement, shields, or weapons fire for 2 rounds, but after those 2 rounds are up, it regains its power. Meanwhile, the rest of the fleet can still keep fighting. Multi-Paper Game says, Bob! King Froggy says, Bob spoke, yes! Habel says, Bob is the best character. Hell yeah. Multi-Paper says, I don't even know who Bob is, but go Bob. Yes! Bob! King Froggy says, Bob has been my favorite crew member and still is. Heck yeah! Habelscrone says, well, now I know who Bob is and he's my fave. Froggy says, how is Bob so cold all of a sudden? Well, he's just doing what needs to be done in this situation, right? Like they're about to be destroyed by a vastly superior number of ships. Bob knew what he had to do to protect the ship. Now, mind you, this is an energy blast that they did not know this ship could do. This ship has a lot of mysteries to it. There is a lot more to it that even over the course of this game, we have not found out the origin or the full power of this ship that we're using, basically. So, after this, the Tabernacle permanently gains this ability known as Nova Cannon, which can be used during any battle, just like the other weapons. So you can add it to the fleet screen in the Tabernacle stats. So, yeah. The battle ends. Bro, Bob is crazy. Bob is the best. Yeah, right? Bob going crazy. I don't know what's happening. Yes. Bob clutched the 1v1000. Yes. King Froggy says, the best part about him was he was funny, and now he went off and became the coolest guy ever. Yes. Epic says, I'm naming my horse Bob in Minecraft. Yes. If it isn't already named Falcon. Multivapor says, guys, get to work on Bob's sequels and prequels. Yes. Red Rock says, finish him. All right. So let's see what happens next. So, the epilogue. Bob says, thank you. Because you trusted him. He says thank you. And that's the last words he speaks. After that, he goes back into being silent like he was this whole time. Now, Matak tries to analyze where the Nova Cannon ability came from or why they couldn't access it before, but he can't find any clear answers. He concludes, this ship is just more ancient than we knew when we took it, and probably more advanced than any ship we've encountered so far. Now, Matak will remind Balzak of the time-shifting technology we found in the neutron star system. So if we'll recall, earlier in this game, in the neutron star system, let's see. Where's neutron star system? Oh, I guess it's in minor systems. Yeah, here's neutron star. So here in the neutron star system, where we have a neutron star over here, we found that this space station, which is ancient, which is left like hundreds of thousands of years ago, since In the past, it was orbiting this star. In the present day, it is inside of this neutron star, which the star has turned into over the past hundreds of thousands of years. This ancient station from hundreds of thousands of years ago recognizes the ship, the Tabernacle, as part of its fleet. When the Tabernacle approaches it, it's the station's computer says, Charmwing Tabernacle recognized. So that's the only clue we get as to the origins of the Tabernacle throughout this game. So that was obviously way earlier in the game, but that's what they're reminding you of. So, yeah. Matak says, we've been ignorant of our own ship this whole time. We didn't take the time to study it or investigate it. It was just some old derelict. But one thing's clear. It has even more mysteries that we still don't know about. So, now that this is over, Chennai is going... So this is Chennai over here. He is from Shri, as we will recall. He's from planet Shri. And his people were enslaved. So now that our mission was completed, we've captured Yipit. I mean, obviously we have to go to Veli East to drop him off with the authorities, but we also have to, like, he's saying, like, can we go back to Shri to help Genghis retake the planet? So that's a thing. So once you return to Shri, so let's bring up Shri once again. So let's see. Shri is over here. Oh man, these are freaking out of order. I hate that. But yeah, you've seen all the screens now, so I guess I don't have to hide them from you anymore. But yeah, I guess we don't have an orbital screen of Shri. But I'll just put up like this is like sort of like an establishing shot of the landscape of Shri. So this is like Genghis's tower, the one that's been frozen in the stasis field for all this time. Epic says, oh shoot, that's the space station from Squids in Space. It is a different space station. What was the space station from Squids in Space? Now I feel like I have to look at the screen and remember how I drew that. Like, is it... Alright, we'll get into that later. But alright, let's see what else is chat saying. It has to be? Well, it's not... I will tell you, it is definitely not the exact same space station from Squids in Space. I will tell you that much for sure. It may or may not be part of the same... Like, I forget how I drew it. But yeah, like, Multipaper says, hear me out. What if Bob's name is Bob? Oh, that's controversial there, Multipaper. I can't believe you went there, but I mean, theory about Bob's name coming soon. Oh man, can't wait for that. Habel Scrone says, what color is Balzak? He's green. Multipaper says, probably clear. Multipaper says, wait. Guys, if you don't color something and leave it in white, is it colorless or the color white? Interesting. I guess that depends on the game and depends on the creator. But, well, because when you're playing a PCG, the person can ask, like, what color is that? And then the PCG master will answer, right? They'll say, like, oh, that's red. Sometimes they'll make it up on the spot, you know, what color it is. Or you can just go, like, the PCG master could just go with the color it's drawn and be like, it's white. Just like you see it. So, yeah, I mean, it's really up to the creator. In this case, yeah, Bob is canonically green. Epic says, Zach, what an epic PCG. Very well done. Oh, very well done. Thank you so much. Multipaper says, jokes aside, the screens look nice. Oh, thanks so much, dude. Habel says, I knew it. I want to make some Bob games, but don't want to mess up anything. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to risk it. I will tell you, I do have plans to reveal more about Bob's nature in the future. But, I mean, you're free to make games, and I guess we'll see if they conflict. It's up to you. But yeah, give my Bob a top hat. Totally. It's on the Balzak poster? Yes. All right. So, let's proceed with the story. So, when you return to Shri, you have to wait for a window when the Kroden fleet is away. But, and the window is too short to land, and, your fleet is too beat up, so you can't really seriously challenge the fleet yet. But you can communicate over the view screen while the fleet blasts Kroden military units from orbit. Obviously your fleet is there shooting down at, some of these Kroden airships and whatnot to help Ginkis's rebellion. But so over the view screen, Ginkis greets them and tells them that his revolution to take back the planet is going well. Modri and Zunto appear behind him, and that's from last stream. Well, they're the two people who you convinced to join Ginkis's cause. They appear behind him and say hello. Zunto still can't believe he's working with Zerelta dissidents, but he is, because he loves Modri so much he's willing to overcome his who he was before. Ginkis explains that these two Kroden mutants joined his resistance thanks to Balzak's party and have proved invaluable. So Ginkis is then going to tell the whole story from his perspective. Right? King Froggy says, can Bob move though? Yeah, he has little legs. He's got little legs over here. Let's see. Yeah, see, these are his little legs. So he can walk around on those. He's tiny. He's maybe 1 foot tall. But he can move around on his platform. And if you put him on the ground, he can run around as well with that. But yeah, anyway. So yeah. So Ginkis is now going to tell his story from his perspective. So he says he had no interest in the Sphere Children for power. He's not a power seeker. He recognized their discovery, this discovery of the spheres, as perhaps one of the most significant discoveries in his memory. Even Ginkis had never seen anything like them. And he helped turn the sphere, put them together to create the Sphere Children out of scientific curiosity. But once he started doing that, once they existed, he saw them as truly his children. He doesn't know why Balzak Globotron's memory was erased. All he knows is that Future Lab wanted to weaponize the Sphere Children. That much he knew. So Ginkis fought them hard on that point, citing Shanxi's laws at them. So in other words, so Future Lab from this planet Shanxi is sort of saying hey, thanks for helping us create these creatures. Let's use them as weapons. And Ginkis is whoa, that's not what I signed up for. I like scientific discovery. I like helping science. I don't want to create incredibly powerful weapons. And plus these are sentient creatures. These are children. You can't. That's wrong. Let's not do that. So that's why Shanxi created the rebellion on his planet Zerelta to overthrow him. King Froggy asks, can Bob leave the ship? I mean, theoretically, yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. We haven't seen him do that this whole game. I mean, you can if you want to. You can take him with you on one of your landing parties. You have the choice to bring any of your crew with you, but there isn't really a reason to do it per se. So yeah, he can leave the ship. Habel says, in my opinion, the allure of Bob is the fact that he's an enigma, a secretive vigilante, a hero of the people. Indeed, he is very interesting, isn't he? He's like Dream, totally. Dream? Wait, you mean Dream from the Sandman? Habelscone says, yeah, until ... Oh, Bob is Sigma. Totally. Okay, so yeah. So anyway. So Ginkis says he fought them hard on that. He even cited Shanxi laws of them. He's hey, it's against the laws of your planet, Shanxi, to do this. And Future Lab is yeah, we don't care about that too much. So then, around that time, he got word of the Kroden attacking. He rushed back to Shri to defend his people. And once he got there, he realized they'd been armed with the sphere technology, and it had to be by the Future Lab people. So he gets there, and he sees his enemies using the sphere technology, and he's like, oh, those... They gave my enemies weapons, specifically to get rid of me. So, he couldn't take the time to travel back to Shanxi to get tech to even the odds. So like, he couldn't go get sphere tech of his own to protect himself. So he figured he'd fend them off on his own using the incredible powers of his power staff. That should be enough to even the odds, he thought. But it didn't. So like, Ginkus goes into the battlefield himself. He's like blasting Croden with his staff, and to help even the odds. And for a while, that's helping. Like, he's like destroying huge army units and tanks and, you know, their spheres and whatever else. But in order to do this, Ginkus is using a lot of his power. He's like using more and more and more power to fight the Croden with his power staff. So he figured he needed to get more power. Like, it was getting dire. He ran to the very end of his power. He started rationing it. He could use it less and less. And the less he could use it, the more his army started to lose. And the rebellion gained more and more ground until they had him surrounded in the capital city. And finally, it became inevitable that they would take control of the city. And he realized the only way to stop them was to get more power. And so he was out of options. And that was when Ginkus sealed off his building for 1,000 years in the stasis field, as we see here. This is Ginkus's tower in the stasis field. And that's what happened in the events of the PCG The Last of the Zerelta. He, climbed to the top of his tower and sealed it off in a stasis field. And that is how it ended. And for 1,000 years, he's been sealed in this stasis field because he was trying to get more power. So Ginkus says it was his hope he'd sleep for at most a few days while he got enough power to fight off the Croden. But while he was asleep, he was attacked by a being called Nezareth. So that is, as we will recall... Habel says, no, the brain rot has gotten to Zach. Oh, no. King Froggy says, I'll make some games where Bob just goes on random adventures, no lore or story. I like this plan. But yeah, so we will remember... Nezareth as this guy who fights Ginkus on Shri. It's this guy. So Ginkus is now saying that this guy, Nezareth, is the one who attacked Ginkus while Ginkus was asleep. And prevented him from getting enough power to come back and overthrow the Croden. So that battle, the struggle with Nezareth, that, among other things, kept him asleep for 1,000 years. So he says that he truly sees Balzak as his son, and he sees Yipit as his son as well, and all the Sphere children. And he wants to talk to Yipit, and if he does, he'll try to repair things. But, Yipit's probably just going to reject him. You can actually bring out Yipit. I think Chris did that. He brought Yipit out of the stasis field, in the brig, long enough to talk to Ginkus, and of course, Yipit just rejected him. He's like he had like a moment of like longing to talk to Ginkus, but like he's like, no way, I can't accept you. I'm not gonna fall for your manipulation again, yada yada yada. There needs to be a PCG all about Bob, totally. So after that, we return to Veli Ease. Let's see, Veli Ease is... We'll just show the Mesdor Corridor Section D. So here we were at Shanxi once again. That's where the final battle and all that took place. Then we stopped back here on Shri to, talk to Ginkus and all that. And now we're going back to Veli Ease in order to turn Yipit over to the authorities, because this is the planet where Yipit committed genocide. So that's where the authorities should have him. So you turn him in, Yipit will agree to help save the planet. That's right, I forgot to mention, because planet Veli Ease was going to be destroyed due to the the harm Yipit caused to the core. So Yipit will agree to help save the planet after, like, the Inquisitor and you, like, coerce him or whatever. He will create... So Yipit creates a siphon setup that will drain the core of the harmful pressures by using the fleet's weapons as drills, blasting at exactly the right angles. His drilling machine will have to be used in some cases. So, in other words... Oh, wait. I phrased that weird, but I think that means we now have his drilling machine that we can use in some cases. So, like, in other words, like... So this is like a long epilogue, right? The final battle is over, and we're sort of going back over some of the places we visited before, and we're sort of, like, tying up the loose ends of this game. Habelscrone says, not to interrupt, but is there any art on the final battle? I have plans. I mean, the only art of the final battle is just this one, right? Because it's the, you know, it's Yipit looking out over the, you know, the battle. So here is his ships attacking, and here is Balzak's fleet, led by the Tabernacle, and we're seeing this through the space window. And then the other art of it is this one. This is just the environment, like where like these are parts of Shanxi, and the fleet has to maneuver around these in order. And like Balzac's fleet is like over here, like, and that's where the battle takes place. Other than that, there's like art of all these individual ships from throughout the game, but yeah, that's basically the art of the final battle. Screenshotted. All right, excellent. Here, let me put it in the middle so you can screenshot it more easily if you need to. Oh wait, and that's there we go. Bam. In any event, so our epilogue continues. I can't believe we still have 6 viewers at this point. That is wild. I never have this many viewers after this long of a stream, but yeah, anyway, so let's see. Yeah, okay. The Inquisitor will be fine with like after he saves the planet, the Inquisitor will be fine with Balzac being the one to take custody of Yipit, because their facilities aren't up to the task of it. Like, they don't have the technology to contain, pardon me, a sphere child, and like he's definitely escaped from their holding cells before, so like Balzac will probably do a better job of keeping him. So alright, one more like another epilogue thing to deal with is on the Starship Tabernacle. I think I probably should have done this like before Shanxi, but this is the part you were waiting for, Epic. We have, let's see, where's the screen? It's here somewhere. Is it not here? Hold on. Tabernacles. Maybe it's under Shanxi? No? Where's the screen? This is very important, you guys. Oh, it might be under Zoniat, actually. I hate how I... No, it's not under Zoniat. Dang, where'd I put it? This is a very important screen. So many epilogues. This is epic. Heck yeah. Well, yeah, like a game this size, it requires this many epilogues, right? I mean, like, you know, I'm telling it to you this as like a series of epilogues, but all of this is like, you know, playthrough. Because like after the final battle, you can keep playing, and then you just go talk to these guys, and like it's just natural for Chris to want to, you know, for the player to want to go be like, hey, you know, like, what happens with this guy? What happens with that? And you can go check. You know, you can go do that. So anyway, let's see. Where the heck is the screen? Is it under minor systems? No, like, look, this is very, very important. I have to show it to you. I can't skip it. Is it under Shri somehow? Did I check that already? Might conceivably be under Shri. Let's make this, like, bigger item icons. No, I do not see it here. Wait. No. It's not in Tower of N either. Where could it be? Yippit is skibbity. No. No. Skip it, yip it, coincidence? I think not. Oh, that's true. You've uncovered the truth, good sir. It has to be in Tabernacle, but it's not. Right? Oh, it is! Oh my god, how did I freaking miss I'm so sorry, you guys. Yes. This is the scene. Zuvak. So this is Zuvak. After his episode as Zuvak 2.0, he's been restored to his usual self. Matak has been able to isolate the programming that turned him into Zuvak 2.0, so that won't happen again. But now, Zuvak just has to grapple with the fact that he's just been a torturer for 1,000 years. So, I think I have some stuff on the script on this. So, let's see. Let's see. All right, so Zuvak will say, "I request to be dismantled. I can no longer be trusted." And, Balzak will say, "Oh, no, it wasn't really you. The Kroden reprogrammed you, Zuvak says, "But of course it was me." And, after he gets through his depression, a little bit, he'll, come to his senses a little bit. And he'll become a little bit more sensible. And then he'll want to talk to Balzak and Ari. And he'll begin by philosophizing. What really am I? Am I just silly putty to be molded by whoever my current owners are? And if not, then am I truly evil? Because did I really do those things? So, after that, after you talk about that for a bit, he'll get to the point. He'll become focused. And he'll say he wants to talk about his crimes. And he'll tell Balzak what he did. And it's not just all the torture, the manipulation, the mutation of Pierre and others, because he did all that. But Zuvak says it's worse than that. Zuvak will explain that when the Kroden programmed him, they turned off everything that was good. They just kept the creativity, the intelligence. And because of that, Zuvak has gone far beyond his role as a simple torturer. He became a key figure in the Kroden regime. He says, the Kroden would have fallen centuries ago if not for me. He'll go on to explain that he's helped the Kroden form alliances with other powers from other worlds, and that alliance is what's building and strengthening a new, powerful, destructive force in the universe, organized so well because of him that he fears there's no one to stand in its way, not even you. So this alliance, besides the Kroden, includes Yippit, the pirates, the company, because Zuvak, recognizing the terrifying artfulness of that organization, the company, knew that it would be the clincher in the alliance's assured domination of the Mesdora corridor and beyond, even though the company has relatively primitive technology compared to the... So even though the company is super primitive, he's we need those guys in here anyway. Get those guys in here. I because he was created by the company, And so that's okay, yeah. So this was supposed to happen way earlier in the game because obviously we know about the Alliance by now. But Zuvak also is going to reveal that the meeting place and ultimately the seat of power of the Alliance is in Shanxi. So that would have been what leads us to the final battle. So, okay. When Chris played this, what he said to Zuvak was, you know, like, because Zuvak, after he tells Balzak this, like, he's like, oh god, how am I ever gonna get back to myself? When he says that, Chris, you know, as Balzak said to him, well, what if we, like, just locked into place, you know, to prevent anyone from reprogramming you ever again? And so they tried it, and that's what they did. They reprogrammed him. And so Zuvak was just going to have to deal with the long, hard work of dealing with coming to terms with what he'd been forced to do against his will. Epic Underworld says, how is the company primitive? Well, because they're, like, from Earth. Like, Earth is, like, you know, modern day technology, and the company is pretty advanced compared to us on Earth. Like, they've got robots that fly and stuff like that. And, you know, and they invented Zuvak, obviously, so they've got very good technology. But compared to all these alien races with, like, that interstellar starships flying from world to world easily, the company was primitive compared to them. And so Zuvak, like, brought them into the Alliance, which, you know, of course, that's going to help them because they're going to start, like, sharing some more technology. But, like, the company does originate on Earth. And so, as a baseline, they have, like, sort of, like, probably near modern-day Earth technology. Red Rock says, I want to see Zach wear sunglasses. It's been known to happen. It's been known to happen. I don't have any handy or I'd put them on, but they're in my car. I'm not going to go get them. But yeah. So, let us proceed. There is still more epilogue content to be viewed. Let's see. All right. So, where are we up to? We've got to, like, scroll. Now that I saw the Zuvak stuff, we got to scroll all the way down through the script again. Wait, no. Epilogue, Sol system. So there is a screen for this. And here it is. Sol system. So for those not in the know, Sol system is the system that Earth is part of. Now, as we get here to the Sol system, we can see, there's like a ship in orbit. Now this is the same kind of ship that kidnapped Balzak early in the game. And Balzak had to escape from one of these ships, and he took its shuttlecraft, which is what became Balzak's personal ship, the one that he keeps in Tabernacle's shuttle bay. But he now sees another ship by the same alien race orbiting Earth, and that's weird. Now, by the way, the reason we're coming home to Earth is because Balzak is not from Earth, but the reason we're coming back to Earth is because Ari and Cassie and Pierre, who we picked up on Tree, are from Earth, and it's time to bring those guys home. But once we arrive in orbit, they discover that this ship is here. So Matak says, it's an alien ship, the same class as the one that abducted you. Scans indicate they've sent the crew to the surface. And Philby, the robot, says, confirmed. The vessel is housing multiple smaller craft. Matak says, are these upstart fools seriously gearing up for an invasion of this backwater world? So I guess these aliens are gearing up to invade the Earth, and that is indeed, these are the aliens that invade Earth in the Alien Invasion series. So this ship scans the fleet, it fixates on the Tabernacle, and it attacks. It's like... So anyway, you blow up that ship or destroy it or disable it or whatever you want. And once you do that, the fleet gets hailed from Earth. Red Rock says Star Wars stuff. Star Wars stuff? How's it Star Wars stuff? Epic says you tied in everything. It's true, I did. So the ship gets back here to Earth, and yeah, where was I in the script? Sorry. get a hail from Earth. And when you answer the hail says, "Alien vessel, this is the planet Earth. Please identify yourself." So you respond like, "All right, this is Balzak Globotron. We're aboard the Tabernacle." So the hail from Earth says, "What's your purpose in this system?" So at this point, like, you know, if, like, either Balzak Globotron will, you know, tell his story, or like Ari starts talking as well. The voice says, "Wait, Ari? Is that you? Oh, hey, dude, why didn't you say anything? Didn't you recognize my voice?" And so it turns out that the person speaking was Zach. Obviously, the voice, like, "Didn't you recognize my voice?" Like, that's obviously a joke because it's me reading this. It's my voice the whole time. Anyway, what are you doing on the alien ship? So, you know, after Ari explains it, Zach says, "Well, that's a relief. I was beginning to think I'd have to go into other dimensions looking for you guys. Let me tell you, I've been through the craziest bleep. There was this whole reality wave, and it mushed up the whole universe, and I was in an alternate dimension casting spells and trying to rescue Genghis. And then I was in the 1940s, and I had to infiltrate Russia, and I was in other places too. And by the way, watch out for them 8-balls, dude. And I went back to the magic world, and I had these legions of power, but for some reason I can't remember much about that. But anyway, what's going on with you guys?" So this is like Zach, like the character Zach, recounting all the adventures he's had in various paper computer games, like the reality wave that's in like Fabric of Reality, alternate dimension casting spells, that's Genghis' gift, infiltrating Russia in the 1940s, that's the Nazi machine, and then like Legions of Power, which is the game that he never finished, which is why he can't remember much about that. And watch out for them 8-balls, that's a reference to Zach to the Future. But yeah, like he just like recounts like everything that's been going on since, you know, Ari and them left the Earth on this adventure, and Zuvak and them, like, and all this crazy stuff has happened. Epic says, "Zach, how did you voice that? It's impossible." Yeah, I know. It was very challenging voice acting the character of Zach. You know, I didn't think I could do it, but, you know, I pulled through it. Hebel says, "Unrealistic voice casting." Seriously, right? So, anyway, so after, like, that, like, you know, they tell their story, Zach says, "Well, things are kind of weird here. I just got back from all that weird stuff, and I'm thinking, finally, back to normal. But I get back, and Zuvak's gone, and you and Colette are gone, and some weird bleeps going on, dude. Like, a bunch of towns were just attacked, and the President of the United States was assassinated. I hacked into some satellites because I figured the aliens might have something to do with it. Thanks for dealing with that, by the way. I was getting ready to infiltrate the alien ship and, I don't know, plant a virus in it or some bleep." So, what he's talking about here, these are the events of the Alien Invasion games. And so yeah, you can see that in Alien Invasion Part 0 and Alien Invasion Part 1. And so Zuvak, who's been listening over the intercom, chimes in and says, "This is far from over. So, the end. Or is it? Dun dun dun." That's the game. Thank you for watching Balzak Globotron, folks. We have now shown the entire game. We have finished Balzak Globotron, and we have seen all the wonders it has to offer. And I don't know what's next. I mean, you guys could try speedrunning it. I don't know. But I don't want to do the battle scenes again. I will tell you that much. Those took like so many hours for the battle scenes. I would just like, if I played it again with anyone, I would just like shorten, or just like be like, okay, you get there, there's like 200 ships, you have 150, okay, they win. Bam. Like that's the, but even that, like, you know, I don't know. I would simplify this as much as possible. But yeah, epic stream, best 3.5 hours. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Whew, I cannot believe we finished it. So yeah, Balzak Globotron, it is my biggest paper computer. I know you guys all know that, but this is the stream where we finish talking about it. People could be watching this like in the future, you know, if they want to find out how Balzak Globotron went, assuming people don't get bored of PCGs and all that. I want to like just say a few words about the game as a whole. This was my biggest paper computer game ever made. I think it's safe to say this is my biggest story I've ever crafted, and you know, the fact that it ties into some of my other stories, so many of my other PCGs, and not just my PCGs, but you know, other people's PCGs too, you know, like Chris's PCGs, and like it's got little references here to other things, and it really ties in the stories of like everything that was going on with these characters through all these games, and it adds so much lore. I sort of like developed so much for this, and a lot of the lore that I created for this game still has not been finished. It still has not been developed. There is a lot that is planned to be revealed in the eventual sequel to Balzak Globotron. There's a lot that's planned to be revealed in the Lives of Ginkis, which is going to continue, or not continue, but it's going to like follow the character of Ginkis and tell more about his story. So yeah, there is so freaking much, you guys. There's a lot. And so yeah, I'm gonna try and actually finish those games. I really want to. There's a lot more lore to be like revealed, you know? But yeah, I have never told any kind of, like, I've done a lot of things. I've like started writing novels. I've like written comics. I've written so many short stories. But this is the biggest single story I have ever told. It has the most characters. That being said, it is also very flawed. It has a lot of problems in it. There are so many ways it could have been better. And I think one way is that, like, I created these interesting characters to be the crew of the ship, but I didn't really give you a reason to interact with them. I've ranted about that before. Froggy says, is the stream ending? Yeah, I think so. I think we're just gonna, like, wrap up and end because, like you said, it's been 3.5 hours. Well, now 3 hours and 40 minutes. We have shown you guys the game. I will still answer questions for a few minutes, but I think it's time to start winding down. Habel says, was development of Balzak Globotron consistent the whole time? I hope not. Oh no, absolutely not. I worked on it like for a couple of years off and on, then we started playing it, then I went to college, we tried to play it a little bit in college, then I started doing college, years and years of college, and it was only like after, like years afterwards, after I graduated from college, and I was always like, oh man, we're gonna get back to it, and then we just never did. And one day I realized, oh my god, we're gonna just be grown up now, and we're gonna just like forget this stuff had ever existed, and Balzak Globotron will be forgotten. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna allow that. So I just made a decision to finish Balzak Globotron, and at that point, that's when I started putting a lot more work in. It still took a few weeks at that point, but I was focused and determined, and I did it. And we played it with Chris, and that was like that thrust of energy. That was sort of what got me into the habit of doing more with PCGs. After Balzak, I continued from there with Zuvak, The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick, because it's like, now that I've finally finished this big thing I've been working on for legit 10 years, I can finally move on to all these other ideas I've had about paper computer games. And we did that. And it was out of Zuvak, The Life and Times of a Clown on a Stick, and the game Chris made before that, Ghosts, like that thrust that started with Balzak Globotron, that was what caused me to create this YouTube channel. It was in that sequence of events when I was like, because I brought back Balzak Globotron, finished the game, and then played the game. And as we were playing the game every week, it became a habit. We started playing PCGs every week. And then at one point in the middle of that, I think I was after Balzak ended, and then we had started playing Chris's next game, Ghosts. I was like, you know, I should start a YouTube channel, and we should get in the habit of filming our every time we play a PCG and putting it up on YouTube. And that is what caused me to create this YouTube channel. And the rest is freaking history, you guys. The rest is history. Balzak Globotron is the reason this channel freaking exists. Well, I mean, it's one reason, but it's a big reason why the channel even exists. Habelscrone says, will Bob appear in Balzak Globotron 2? Yes. Balzak Globotron 2 will pick up right where the first game leaves off. The whole crew will be there, at least at the beginning. And don't worry, we will find out much more about all of that. Thank goodness for your epiphany. Heck yeah, you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching. It is so great to be able to share this with you guys. You know, after like it was great to play it with Chris and Ari and them, and that was so much fun, but it's like, it sucks that you're playing it with one person and then that's it, and they've forgotten. Like, Chris, like, remembers the broad strokes of Balzak Globotron, but he doesn't remember all of this stuff I've just showed to you. So it's so great to finally be able to share this stuff with you guys. Habelscron says, will Balzak Globotron become available online? It's available online right now. Let me show you. It's on the PCG shop. Like, if you go to, well, for those not in the know, PCG shop is at Paper Computer Games. Well, it's at that address, but you can just type in papercomputergames.com if that's easier. And it takes you here, and then you just click shop, and it takes you to the same thing. But regardless, if you just go up here and you search for Balzak with a K, here it is, Balzak Globotron First Draft. This comes with the entire game, like all the screens, and it also comes with the script. And yeah, so like the script that I was reading from, that I was showing you, it is available here. It is free, as you can see. You can download it, you can print it out, you can play it with your friends, you can do whatever you would like with it. Will you ever compile Balzac screens into a book? Like a physical book? I guess I could make this into a physical book and like sell it online. If that's something you guys would be interested in, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, that would be easy. It's already together in a PDF, so all I'd have to do is like basically upload it. And so yeah, why not? Yeah, just let me know if you want it as a book and I'll do that. Habelscron says, on the wiki, Compaq asks if it's available and you say no, so that's why I asked. Yeah, because it initially wasn't. I think like that was something I got asked about a lot, which is what made me put in the work to finally make it available. So for anyone who wants it, so now it is. What are your thoughts on the criticization of Chris? I'm in favor of QC. Criticize Chris. My OC CubeZac will appear. Oh, will my OC CubeZac appear in Balzak Globotron 2? I can neither confirm nor deny that. Maybe. Is CubeZac... I actually created a character named CubeZac also. What a coincidence. Oh no, it wasn't CubeZac. It was SquareZac Globotron. There it is, SquareZac Globotron. Oh man, I don't have the picture of him. Because like I drew him for a sketch at one point. I thought the picture of him was here, but regardless, yeah, SquareZac Globotron is like a weird like version of Balzac, but instead of spheres, he's got cubes. He hasn't appeared in any PCG yet. I just drew him in one of my sketchbooks or something, and that's just where he is from. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm out of questions, dang, fair enough. King Froggy says, will the Archmage appear? I honestly don't know. At the time I initially planned to make that game, the Archmage did not exist. That was when the first ideas for Balzac 2 came from. However, as I get into actually working on it, I'm gonna pull in whatever newer characters feel relevant to the story, right? Like, at least these days, I don't usually pull in characters just randomly. Yeah, sometimes I do. But like, usually when I pull in a character from the PCG universe into something, it's usually because their story connects to this story in an interesting way. You know, like I'm like a... So if I have something for the Archmage to do, like if I'm making a world and I'm like, man, it would totally make sense for the Archmage to be here, then I would like do the research and find out like where is the Archmage at this point in PCG history, And if it makes sense, I'll put him in. If not, I won't. We'll see how it goes. He invokes the fifth. That means Cubezak is appearing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Get him out of the sketchbook and into a PCG. So, would you say that your character Cubezak is the same guy as my character Squarezak Globotron, or are they two different cube-based beings? I mean, I know that you created them separately, like by coincidence, but would you say that they probably are the same guy in universe, or like are they totally different from each other? King Froggy first says, "Will Shogun appear?" No. I'm gonna say probably not, but I'm not. But never say never. Because like, it's gonna be set in a different region of space from that, I think, but I haven't fully mapped that out yet. So, it is something I've thought about a little bit. So, I guess for now the answer is probably not. I mean, stuff from Shogun could appear, but probably we won't visit Shogun itself, at least not yet. Will Bob appear in Balzak Globotron 3? That I cannot reveal. I guess we'll find out where he ends up at the end of Balzak Globotron 2. What's your least favorite color and why? I don't know. I don't know that I have a least favorite color. Yeah, I don't know. No, they're all good. Are these questions annoying? No, I love questions. Just remembered Alton is in the Gumbo project. Oh, hey! That's awesome. Cubezak and Squarezak are cousins, I think? Oh, fascinating. I'm back on the stream and asking when the PCG for Adults channel will make its long-awaited return that everyone has been asking for. Literally everyone in my neighborhood is screaming about it. Oh my god. I don't know, that's a good question. Somebody should rise to that occasion and make videos for it. I'll make a video for it if I have a really good idea for it that can only be on that channel. But, I mean, my main focus is this channel at the moment. Please don't kill off Bob. Duly noted. I will take that into consideration. I can make no promises, but we'll see. Epic World says, I think in Balzak Globotron Anniversary Issue 76, you should have Chris appear. Maybe. If you kill off Bob, I'm coming to your house. Fair enough. I will tell you, like, it's not going to be just like an infinite series of Balzak sequel. I mean, I guess it could, but like there is a planned sequence of specifically the main series of Balzak Globotron. I think it's going to be like 4, I forget how many, it was either 4 or 5 that we're going to have. After that, like, I mean, that doesn't mean that's going to be the total end of Balzak Globotron content. The characters can still be used for new games in other ways after that, of course. But that'll be the end of the main proper Balzak Globotron saga, you know? If you... Alright. I think it is time to end the stream. I am overdue to meet some of my friends for a virtual party. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was super fun. I had a great time sharing all of this with you. And this has really inspired me to move forward with finishing my freaking PCGs. So yes, I'm on vacation this week. I'm gonna try and do that as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for everything, for watching, for all your excellent questions. Please never hesitate to ask me questions. I love questions. Oh god. Why so? Thank you guys for watching. You folks are the best as always.